phoenix, a mythical bird that rises from its ashes, embodying renewal, strength, and transformation. This year, the Phoenix Gate Group has channeled its spirit to inspire, connect, and empower professionals worldwide. Under the visionary leadership of Dr. Vivian Magnus, founder and lead coach, we have soared to new heights. Let's take a moment to celebrate the achievements, milestones, and impact of this past 4 months. In just 4 months, Phoenix Gate has strengthened its professional network of nearly 1,000 members. Together, we have reached over 30,000 professionals in the US, UK, Ghana, Nigeria, Uganda, and Kenya. From LinkedIn sessions that drew nearly 1,000 attendees weekly to live events attended by 16,000 individuals, our reach and influence have been extraordinary. The hard work and dedication of the Phoenix Gate team have not gone unnoticed. This year, our community was honored with a prestigious Social Impact Award of the Year and recognized as the most impactful community of the year. These accolades reflect our unwavering commitment to driving positive change across global communities. Beyond career development, Phoenix Gate has made significant strides in public health. Collaborating with international and non-governmental organizations, we have led impactful medical campaigns and health education programs. The expertise of Dr. Magnus as a public health expert and Scrum Master has been instrumental in these successes. Are you struggling with your online visibility? Have you ever imagined that you could be a commanding influence and established as a thought leader in your industry? Are you focused or under pressure about an uncertain career future? How about landing your dream job opportunities? At Phoenix Gate, we have reached over 30,000 professionals and business leaders all over the world, breeding thought leadership, global visibility, and excellence. We support, train, and set you on our platform to shine while showcasing your expertise to the world. As we reflect on this incredible journey, we are filled with gratitude of our members, partners, and supporters who have made this achievement possible. Phoenix Gate Group is not just a network, it's a thriving community committed to growth, impact, and excellence. Here's to even a brighter future. We rise together.
Hi everyone. Good evening from my end. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you're joining us from. This is exactly 5 on the dot, right? And I'm super excited to be here. Literally, I'm screaming. I enjoy this. Oh my goodness, this is lovely. Okay, so it's this is lovely. Okay, so I'm already spotlighting. I'm already spotlighting. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, everyone. Awesome, awesome. I am always delighted to come into your homes, into your houses. Amazing. Okay, yes. So I can see some excellent persons already. This is beautiful. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Thank you so much for taking your time to join us today. For me today is I'm just so excited. I don't know. I'm hoping that I can contain these emotions because I am so excited, super excited. Thank you so much. In a moment, our speakers will be joining me, but now I think it's your time to shine. So I'll literally take my time, awesome, and spotlight as many as many. So I'm literally spotlighting you from where you're joining in from. Awesome. As you're coming in, I'm spotlighting. It's super awesome. So I want to say thank you so much once again for joining me. As my manner is, for me, I've come to enjoy everything around the Phoenix Gates Group. I mean, today we're going to talk about a lot of stories. There are certain things that a lot of you don't know. I'm hoping that I will be able to share that with a lot of us. So today is essentially how to monetize your personal brand, because I know that your story is actually one of the most important tools in monetizing your personal brand. And then I'm super excited. So as our manner is, I'm going to take a time to look through the persons who have come in. Like I said, I would always advise you, please kindly just write something excellent. I'm hoping that you already had it saved up, so you just post it here so that when anyone just stumbles on this video, they'll be able to see you and know that this is what you do, and will be also able to serve you. As of a few moments ago, I checked our last week's video and we are clocking to almost 2,000 views. I mean, I don't think audio would have beat this. So I'm saying every single conversation you're going to be having now, I'm telling you that we are going to be grossing almost 2,000 persons, literally seeing everything you do, reaching out to you, hopefully. And I said it, thank God for the ability to highlight all the conversations. So as soon as anyone comes in, literally, when they are watching these videos again, they are going to be seeing you and whatever you do. So for me, I really believe that this is the whole essence of the Phoenix Gates Group, in the sense that we are actually here to spotlight. We're here to ensure that people find help, right? We're here to ensure that we are right at your path of upskilling, right? So I'm going to go right up and come back again, and I'll just appreciate quickly all the people who came in super early. So from here, I can say that the first person who stepped in was Natalie Thomas. Natalie, I see what you do. I love you. Thank you so much, ma'am. I think she's all the way from the UK. Thank you so much, Natalie. Yes, I can see she's already calling up a lot of persons. Awesome. So I can see Asha. Thank you so much, Asha, for joining us super early, all the way from Kenya. Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate you. I can see Lois. Lois, you actually made, I mean, last week was super fun with you, right? In the comment section, every idea, you were literally dishing out ideas. And for me, that's why I would definitely prefer this to audios, right? Because I get to see your ideations as I converse, and that means a whole lot to me. Thank you so much for joining in, Lois. Okay, so I can see Precious Frank, my delectable Precious Frank. You're welcome. She said, "This is so beautiful to watch." And you know that I would always love you. Thank you so much, ma'am. Okay, so this is Chizen. Chizen is all the way from Jos, Nigeria. Oh, good evening, everyone. That's good evening from your end. Thank you so much. Okay, so Natalie is highlighting a whole lot of persons. Thank you so much, Natalie. I truly appreciate you. Okay, so Uchichuku says she's actually looking he's looking forward to learning. Awesome. You're welcome. I truly appreciate you. I can see Shukurat all the way from Nigeria. Thank you so much for joining in. I'm also excited to also have you all on board. Yes, I can see Oladayo Zion. Oh, Oladayo, you're all the way from Nigeria, and I totally appreciate you. Okay, yes, I can see Thomas. Thomas, thank you so much for that spotlight. I think it was on Friday or yes, on Friday or yesterday. I truly appreciate you. Thank you. So we can see Chisom here. Chisom is from Nigeria. Thank you so much, Chisom, for joining us. I can see Salome. You're welcome. You're welcome. I truly appreciate you. Kate David, all the way from Nigeria as well. Thank you so much for joining in super early. So we have an attitude of coming in early. And this is barely 7 minutes to time, and we're having this amazing persons. And by the way, my lead speakers are already behind the stage. I'm going to definitely ask them when they're ready to when their camera ready to come up, and then we'll all get to see them together. So thank you so much, Daisy. Good to see you joining all the way from Enugu. That's amazing. Okay, so I can see Aishat, the amazing Aishat, all the way from Lagos. Thank you so much. I'm also happy to host you, right? Okay, so another LinkedIn user, she said she's Deborah all the way from Nigeria. Oh, she stays in Ghana. Oh, that's lovely. Thank you so much, Deborah, for joining in. Okay, she said, wow, I think your live your live video is unique. Well, that's beautiful. Thank you so much. I'm gonna make everyone see it so that and I'm truly honored to hear that from you as well. So okay, so I can see the virtual Nasi. Thank you so much for joining in on our YouTube. Thank you. So for those who are just probably finding out, we are actually transmitting our live through 3 platforms. So we have Facebook, YouTube, and as well as LinkedIn. Guys, we really want this knowledge going all out. We don't want people going through what do they call it, going through a lot financially when they actually have all it takes right within them. And that's essentially what our topic tonight is all about. So I'm going to still be spotlighting Claire from Nigeria. Thank you so much for joining in. I truly appreciate you. Oh, this is lovely. I can see Pharmacist Tolu, the delectable public speaker. Thank you so much, ma'am, for joining in. That's lovely. Okay, so let me be seeing a lot of. Okay, so Mercy says hello everyone. I really really appreciate you all coming in early. Is such is excellence at its peak, and I don't joke with that. Thank you so much, Amarachi. I can see you. I truly appreciate you. Oh, awesome! I can see our delectable um, lead coach, virtual assistant, Chisom. Good to see you here. Thank you so much for coming in. Oh God, this is Halimat. Thank you so much, Halimat, for coming in. I truly, truly appreciate you. This is Ratsilana. Okay, sorry, I apologize. I might not pronounce your name very well. So that's Rasilane, hopefully, from South Africa. Oh, yes. So I can see Monisola. Thank you so much for joining in. I truly appreciate you. Oh, yes. My dear pharmacist. Thank you so much, ma'am, for coming in. Oh, this is lovely. Comfort from Abuja. We should meet up. Thank you so much for joining in early. Thank you, Daniel, for coming in early. I see you all the way from Lagos. Thank you so much. Okay. Okay, LinkedIn user said my fellow Nigerians. Okay, well, this is from all across the world, right? We have a lot of persons from all across the world. Thank you so much for joining in as well. I think your security is doing a thing on you. Yes, so Halil is saying hello, everyone. Thank you so much, Halil, for joining in. So let's see. Halil from Nigeria, good to see you. And then let's see, Claire. So what one thing we're going to be doing in a few minutes, please kindly just introduce yourself and what you do. Like I said, for the sake of the Phoenix Gates event, I would want you to always just write a template and just have it kept somewhere so that once we start, you can just drop it so that every time I just have to maybe converse or communicate what you do. Like I said, our manner is to ensure that people get actually opportunities when they come into this life after we're gone. Like I said, if you're just joining in, last week we're clocking to almost 2,000 views, and it makes sense that whoever came in super early or who is listening in super early will just get to meet or find help. Well, so this is essentially a game of visibility as well. And for me, I always go for it when I see it. Good to see you, Austin, the exceptional Mr. Austin. I really, really appreciate you. So Blessing said she really enjoyed last session. She's hailing from Nigeria. Thank you so much. Chisom said she's glad to be here. I am always excited every week. I'm always, always excited, super, super excited. Said a beautiful day to everyone. Excited to be here, to be in this community. You're welcome, Jake. I truly, truly appreciate you. Okay, so I'm so sorry, LinkedIn user again. So you might just want to change your settings if you can do that. Okay, thank you so much. See, Dr. Bernie. Dr. Bernie is such an excellent medic as well. She has an amazing event that holds every Saturday as well. I think I write about this time, maybe 4 p.m. from WAT or GMT plus one. So you might just want to check what that is for your own time zone. Okay, so this is another excellent person from Cardiff. Okay, I'm sure if you can see now, you just figure out that you are actually muted. So you might just want to pay attention to your settings. Okay, awesome, awesome. I can see Monisola. Thank you so much for coming in. So please let me just have all the spotlights. Thank you so much, Mrs. Heavens. I truly appreciate you. You're amazing. Part of our founding members and our strengthener. Thank you so much, ma. She also had an event right before this event, and it was totally amazing. I was able to listen in, and I was excited about all the discussions about agility. Okay, so I'm going to be spotlighting us now. Please go ahead and just say what you do so that I could just spotlight you quickly. And then I would want to find out, my speakers, are you all camera ready so that I can bring you up? If you are, please, I would want your cameras on before you come up here. Temitope, I can see you. Good to see our Mr. Ego, excellent, Mr. Ego. Thank you so much. I can see James. Good to see you. I can see Chidima. Good to see you. Thank you so much, Chidima, for coming on board. Awesome. Chigon from Abuja. Thank you so much. Good to see you. Okay, there's another person who. Oh, I'm so sorry there. I think your settings has muted. You might not know. Okay, so Gifty is all the way from Port Harcourt, and I can see Bolanle all the way from Nigeria. Thank you so much, everyone. I think I've done a very good job. Okay, so yes, now, so we're going to start out our spotlighting right immediately so that we don't lose time at all. So the first person on the list right here is Allow Me Heavens. She's an event media veteran and as well as a monetization coach. She's actually one of the best. I started my journey. She was one of the people God sent me when I started my journey as well. Yes, and she started out with clarity calls. And for me, that was all I needed. Maybe I didn't make some of the moves right then, but she actually had to set me in an excellent path. And I would want you to say, reach out to her as much as you can. So the next person I'm going to be spotlighting is Tolu Eki. Tolu Eki is a public speaker. She's also an international speaker and a trainer. She's a godly marriage advocate as well as Amazon's international best-selling co-author. Please do well to reach out to her. She's doing amazing as well. So okay. Oh, I'm so sorry. Your setting is actually muted. Okay, so this is Aisha. Aisha is although Aisha Omotigun. She's an administrative virtual assistant who helps business owners as well as CEOs transform chaos into clarity. If you're looking for someone, right, that would help you with admin tasks, please reach out to her. And I can see Esther. Esther is another amazing person that I know. She's a pharmacist, she's an SEO content writer. I mean, I follow her YouTube videos back to back. She's an excellent person. You just might want to reach out to her if you're currently a healthcare person or a company, you have a healthcare company requiring any of her blog services. So the next person is Halil. Good to see you, Halil. I really, really celebrate you. He is the only business analyst you know. He specialized actually in developing products, optimizing processes, and enhancing systems. Thank you so much, Halil. I truly, truly appreciate you. So I'm going to take spotlight for three more persons and then we go into the program proper. I really, really appreciate every one of us. So, like I said, from next week, one of the first things we might want to just do is we should just quickly, as soon as you come in, just drop all this, right? So that maybe when I'm done introducing, you can now see where you're coming from, or you can actually incorporate your where you're joining us in from in your introduction so that we can be super fast so that at about this time would have been done with our introduction. So I'm going to take a moment to spotlight, let's say three more persons like I promised, and then we move right into the event. Okay, so next person is Claire. Claire says she's a content writer and an editor, a blogger, and a speaker with a passion for storytelling and creativity. Amazing. Thank you so much, Claire, for joining us. To meet up by Sunday is a virtual assistant here to lighten up your workload and also ignite your business growth. Yes, he's a creative partner. He'll take care of your email marketing, and their social media outreach and more. Please go ahead and reach out to him. He's an amazing person as well. So I'm so sorry. There's someone here. I will just click just to make you understand that we actually our team sees you, but because of your settings on LinkedIn, we might not know who you are. So you if you know that this is actually your description or your introduction, you might want to check your settings and do the needful, right? So the next person is Mehdi. Mehdi is from Knockchout, Mauritania. Thank you so much for coming. I love this. He's a communication advisor. So I think we can use this as a template for our next week's event as well. And then weekly, right? So awesome. Okay, so yes, I can see Paul Uduk. Paul is from Lagos. He helps experts to write books. Thank you so much, Paul, for coming in. I truly, truly, truly celebrate you. So one of the things I would say again, as you come in, please help us share this event. Help us share this event because, like we say, the more the merrier. If you're on YouTube, please help us share. If you're on Facebook, please help us share. We actually need to build our communities and enter those places. Literally, if you have your friends, your brothers who are not on LinkedIn, I think they need this event. I know they do need this event. For me, one of the my pain points has been seeing people amplify things that are not so. I don't know how to explain it. I literally cringe every time I make people every time I see people portray that things are super hard, as if earning is hard, as if making money is hard and all that, I literally cringe. So I'm hoping that we are building our community. That's why we actually had to go through all platforms to ensure that we increase the reach of people so that we can literally let people know that these things are not hard. Okay, so that's exactly what we are here. Please help us share across all platforms so that we can actually help a lot of persons. Grace says she's a holistic retirement planner. This is lovely. I love this. Empowering over 50 lives. Okay, okay. Over 50s live their best lives and gain financial freedom. Thank you so much for coming, Grace. I truly, truly celebrate you. So the last person I'm going to spotlighting is on YouTube. Thank you so much, Monisola. Good to see you. She is from Lagos. Thank you so much. Okay, so we're going to be going right into our event proper. Our speakers, our lead speakers, I want to be sure that we are ready. So I'm going to be bringing in um, first ready speaker. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Latifa, for joining us on stage. We really, really appreciate you. So I'm going to be quickly introducing this. We'll be introducing the event right away. For those people who are just joining us for the first time, like I said, this is the Phoenix Kids experience, and I want to say welcome, welcome, welcome. For me, this is I live for this week. Literally, I'm always excited, literally every week, to have an opportunity to get you out from where you are into another realm, right? Literally, light. Every time you need to move from one bandwidth financially to the other, or intellectually, you definitely need knowledge. And for us, essentially, that's what Phoenix Gates is all about, is about closing the gap of the know-how. Literally, we're closing the gap. We're making it easier for you. So if you're just joining us for the first time, you're super welcome. Like I said, please help us by sharing this live. Share it all across platforms, including your WhatsApp status, literally everywhere. Like I said, we are more than able to accommodate even 1 million views. I don't mind. Literally, that's my mindset. So, like I said, you're welcome to the Phoenix Gate Experience. We're here every Sunday, 5 p.m. GMT plus one every week. One of the things you might want to help us do is to turn on your notifications for us. Go ahead and just put it on your calendar. Just have an alarm that rings every 5 p.m. GMT plus one. And as these topics, like what I normally do is that I ensure that I get topics that when you have encounter with, your life will literally not remain the same again. And for me, it's a promise that I'm giving you all today, that by the end of today's meeting, you will be like, where have you been? And hopefully your journey to discovery will start. Now, this is me just pouring a little icing on the cake, right? So I am going to also probably just let us in on a few things probably you didn't know about. If you're just meeting me for the first time, this is essentially the Phoenix story, the Phoenix Gate story. I've said it over and over again. For those people who are just meeting me for the first time, I was born an entrepreneur. Like, I was born on a path of my mom's sojourn on transaction and business and all that, right? So that was exactly where I was found. Okay, so when it comes to anything entrepreneurship, medicine, of course, that's my background. A lot of you know me as Dr. Vivian Magnus. Yes, that doctor is a medical doctor. I am a medical doctor who has priors also in business. I was born into business, and I also was smart enough to ensure that I held down my academics because I love books as well. So, of course, we all know that we are now deep into the creator economy. So it literally means that everybody should find ways to pivot based on what they have as a background. So that's essentially what we're going to be discussing today. We are saying that whatever you are doing now is more than enough, but we are going to show you how not to stay where you are. And that is why we want you to come in, bring as many persons. Like I said, we have enough room for you. So essentially, my business officially, like transactional business with my name on it, started at 2018. And I have a post around that. So if you really want to go deep into knowing me, which I would want you to know me because it's part of why we are here. Some of you don't know why I set up these meetings. I set up these meetings because I have passion to ensure that as many people also are doing well financially, right? And because finance is not hard, money is not hard, education is not hard, being certified in whatever it is that you're believing to be is not hard, right? And that is essentially why the Phoenix Gates was born, right? So 2023 was when motherhood struck. So a lot of people are like, "You're a medical doctor. What are you doing here?" I'm saying yes. Well, if you're a medical doctor who is also married to a surgeon, right, which simply means that you might not really have much time for your kids as much as possible, then you will know that if you need to pivot or maybe make some changes for your career for a particular season. So I'm saying this now to encourage a whole lot of mothers who are currently on this life with me. I know that we have mothers currently on this life, and I'm saying that I am here with you, right? You're not the only one. We are in this journey together, right? So this is exactly why the Phoenix Gates, my freelance journey started in 2023, and then of course my journey to LinkedIn started 2024, and that was why I now realized that when I showed up, I realized that some people are actually making these things seem like it's hard. And for me, I have a strong passion to prevent anybody making anything so hard or making it seem like it's so above you. So that's essentially the story of the things. All of you know that it's a mythical bird, just as our introduction has said, that shows that anybody can literally rise out of anything. I mean, I'm talking about that financial situation, that emotional situation, all those we talk about them on this platform, that educational situation. So I'm saying you can't be at this phase of your life and keep saying that okay, you are not yet educated. come on, get the certificate. There are lots of online classes right now, right? I have colleagues who are currently doing their masters online, their PhDs online. So there is nothing that is hard, and that's essentially why we are here. I just wanted to make this super clear so that every time we show up weekly, we're saying that you can have access to knowledge and literally take up fire, right? And join us on this journey. Okay. So that's super beautiful. So I'm just quickly going to say, okay, yes. So like I said, our passion essentially is this. We just want to see people shine, people rise. So for most of the time, we would always say we rise. So it literally means that every single person who has committed to the Phoenix Gate, who has committed to showing up weekly, all of them, I can call names literally. I can call names plus the people who have decided to work with me closely, even if it's in 1 week. A lot of people that are going to be speaking tonight, you're going to be hearing from them. People who just joined me on a journey after I made a call for them to come in. I just want you to meet these people and hear what their journey was, and you will see how literally I'm living the dream of, okay, once you meet me, you can never be the same again. That was the vouch that I made to myself from this season of my life onward. And then I'm super excited to have to gather a lot of people weekly to see them literally become everything that God wants them to be. So for now, I think my speakers are ready. We're going to continue from where we stopped here. I'm going to bring them up so that we can start the conversations for the night already. So the first person that is going to be speaking tonight is none other than our excellent. Give me a moment. Let me take this out. Our delectable Latifa Lawal. Latifa, I would want you literally to say, I have lots of testimonials tonight because part of the things that we did tonight was that we didn't want our masterclass students actually graduating today. But for me, I will always put ahead of me people being able to learn. For me, I'm out for people to being able to learn. So I am not. I wouldn't have wanted to call today a graduation day. No, I didn't want that. Okay, but then I just wanted to let people know that okay, this is what we actually normally do. But then it's not going to come in the way of passing knowledge, which we have promised people literally every week. So the next person you're going to be listening to is Latifa, and she is an amazing person. Latifa, the mic is yours. I just want them to hear you. Thank you so much for coming on board. And thank you for literally answering when I called you. The mic is yours. Okay, awesome. Can you hear me? Okay, I think you're still muted, so or you're not. Your mic is not
Yes,
working
I
yet.
think I'm good now. Can you confirm that you can hear me, please?
Absolutely, I can hear you. Thank you so much
Amazing.
for coming.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Dr. Vivian. You know, this is a dream come true for me. I always dreamt to be on this stage and I knew it would happen. I just didn't know it would be this close. So thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Thank you to my fellow speakers. Thank you for showing up. And of course, thank you to the biggest community on LinkedIn today, the Phoenix Gate community. Thank you so much for having me. It's an honor to be here. And I'll jump right into it. Mine is more of my story as I've been on LinkedIn for a while, and then I'll tell you my testimony. So, first of all, I would say the rewards I've earned on LinkedIn in the past 2 weeks of being in Dr. Vivian's implementation bootcamp is double what I've achieved in the last 2 years. Now, let that sink in for a moment, okay? Listen on to hear my story. My name is Latifa Lawal, and I'm an agribusiness specialist. If you've ever considered investing in the agriculture space, I'm your go to person. I'll help you identify viable investment opportunities that can guarantee you profits. Also, as someone who has attracted global opportunities on LinkedIn, this very platform, I can help you position yourself to attract the same opportunities that I've attracted. And I do this by conducting a comprehensive LinkedIn profile audit. And then thereafter, I come up with actionable strategies that can help you elevate your presence here. So right into my story, right? I joined LinkedIn in 2012, and for a decade, I was literally a figurehead. I was just a spectator, watching other people share their stories, make impact, establish their personal brand, establish their thought leadership. You know, I was just there on the sidelines. It wasn't until, just like I said, a decade later, in 2022, my friend, Dr. Derry, she handheld me. I took one of her courses on LinkedIn optimization, and global opportunities. And I can happily say that, in the last 2 years, I've been able to, just like I mentioned earlier, attract several opportunities. Just like I got a scholarship opportunity, my second scholarship actually, for a course in Europe. I've gotten several speaking engagements, many of them paid. I've gotten someone reach out to me from Denmark to come and give a training to some students at the University of Copenhagen. Several opportunities like that. However, though, my consistency game was zero. Like I would I would show up on LinkedIn once in 2 weeks. And sometimes if I'm feeling really yuppie, I'll show up twice a week or once a week. It was really, really bad. And I used to marvel at people who showed up every day here. Like I never ever thought it was something that I'll be able to do, right? And so, fast forward to December last year, Dr. Vivian launched her implementation bootcamp, and she mentioned it to me. She's like, "Oh, there's this bootcamp," and without even really thinking about it, to be honest, I told her I was in because for me it was an opportunity to give back. If you know the Phoenix Gate community, you know that they've been giving us value back to back to back to back for the past 5 months. So for me, I was like, let me give back value, and that was it. And so when we came into the new year and we're getting ready to start the implementation bootcamp, she read the Riot Act, and I was like, I don't think I can do this. And I was already planning my exit from the group. I was just trying to see if I could silently exit, but I just couldn't. I couldn't do it. So I decided, you know what, I'm going to give it my best, right? And this boot camp, I must say, has been an absolute game changer. Just like I mentioned earlier, in just 2 weeks, I've gained more clarity, I've gained more impact, and more focus. Just in 2 weeks, and the whole 2 years of my being active in LinkedIn. You understand? And so there are some key lessons I learned from Dr. Vivian. See, Dr. Vivian, we call her general implementer. You cannot afford to be a slacker, you just cannot. And so I learned so many things in these 2 weeks. Like, I feel like I'm now more of an authority than I've ever been. So here are some of the lessons I've learned. Number one, strategy is everything. So it's not just about showing up every day. I now approach LinkedIn with a clear strategy, and the results speak for themselves. Number two, your value must be communicated. Before now, I don't think I ever asked anybody to come into my DM for anything. Never. Even though somehow I still would manage to attract global opportunities, but I never said send me a DM for anything. But now I communicate my value, and the amount of DMs I get, just like I said, the value I've gotten in 2 weeks. I'm telling you, I haven't gotten it in 3 years. It's just been really amazing like that. And number three, consistency matters, but quality would always, always, always trump quantity. So consistency, like I mentioned earlier, showing up every day is not something I ever thought I'll be able to do. In fact, I just used to marvel at people that show up every day. I could never do it, but now I know that, man, there's nothing I cannot do as long as I set my mind to it. And so, just to quickly close, I want to say to anyone who's listening now and considering stepping up their LinkedIn game, right? You should join a community like this. You should actually have Dr. Vivian handhold you. Trust me, it is worth it. You see, the investment I made in December, I have made like times 2,000% of that investment. Just in 2 weeks, I'll keep emphasizing on 2 weeks because these 2 weeks have been the most amazing 2 weeks of my LinkedIn journey, for real. So take it from someone who went from being just a figurehead and a spectator to somebody who has established a presence here. This would definitely be worthwhile. Thank you for listening. And remember, LinkedIn is more than just a platform. It's a gateway for opportunities you have never imagined. Thank you very much, Dr. Vivian.
Amazing. Thank you so much for that. I mean, times 2000%. I think I'll have to think of my pricing. Times 2000%. That is super huge. Thank you so much, Latifa. I think I should come back and change the contract. You need to send me more money. Oh, that's amazing. I don't know. Like literally, when she shared some of her testimonies with me backstage, sincerely, somewhere within me, I was just somewhat at some point I was jealous, literally. So this is me being vulnerable. I mean, how can so every time I tell people that they should always listen, they should follow me. For me, I knew why the reason why I stepped out is this because I know that I always have strategies. right? They might not necessarily have worked for me immediately, but I have seen it change people's life. We have lots of testimonies tonight. Like I said, we are actually also celebrating, but then we are also going to learn how to monetize our personal brand. So if you're just joining in, stick closely. Phoenix Gate is not a place, just in case you're joining for the first time, Phoenix Gate is not a place you come without a pen and a paper. So you can see that we have already received some hot doses this evening from Latifa. She said strategy was the main thing she got, and then literally quality over quantity. So please pay attention, get your writing materials, because today it's literally going to be fire. Thank you so much, Latifa. I truly, truly appreciate you. So the next person who is currently backstage with us is none other than our excellent Omaladi. Dear Omaladi, the mic is yours. Kindly just take a moment to let us on your journey, and then we'll move right into our event for the day. Thank you so much. The mic is yours.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much, Dr. Vivian. I'm super thrilled to be here to share my experience so far at the implementation bootcamp. It's been a wonderful 2 weeks. And I'm also so grateful for the privilege to be a guest speaker here. Thank you so much, Dr. Vivian. So, speaking of my bootcamp experience, it's been a wonderful 2 weeks to be sincere. I started off the year, you know, without really a clear cut goal as to how consistent I will be with other platforms. But then I remember the last event, I guess it was the last event we had in December. I registered, I'd even forgotten that I registered for this implementation boot camp. Then all of a sudden I saw chat. I was like, oh, that's true. Oh my goodness, this is what I need to do. So I mapped out um my my all the platforms that I've been active on, and I realized, oh, amongst all the platforms, YouTube is the least. I've not really engaged in that channel. I created a channel maybe a year ago or so, but I've not really been posting anything. Then I was like, oh, this is a good time. We're starting off the year with fire. And of course, anything coming from Dr. Vivian is absolute fire, because she's going to ginger you till you get it right. So my bootcamp experience has taught me consistency. I know before now I've been posting quite well on LinkedIn, but this one is different. The different thing to just post on LinkedIn and you're engaging. It's another thing to now have, proven strategies that every time we are on a call, Vivian is always dishing out strategies that would work, that would drive real-time engagements and unlock doors of opportunities. And it has really been working for me, and you have to record videos on your YouTube channel. If you don't record, my goodness, if you don't post in a day, I remember one day I almost could not post. My goodness, I was already thinking of what would Dr. Vivian say? Will she remove me from this group? I had to call myself back to order. Oh yeah, let's just go and record. So the experience has been fire. I've been gingered. I've been, inspired by the amazing teammates that we have on the boot camp. And then what have I been able to achieve in 2 weeks? I've experienced growth in my visibility actually. And then I've generated so many leads and collaborative deals. People have been reaching out to me. Now I approach posting and engagement in a different way. But people will always tell you, stop leaving money on the table. I realized that for the past 4 months, I've been leaving money on the table. I've left too much money on the table. But since I started implementing most of the things we discussed in our session, it has been tremendous. Like the results have been amazing. I've had people reach out to me. Even so many people have joined my community. That's your tech guide community, just as a result of the strategies I've been applying. And of course, the boot camp is actually out to help us build a thriving and very strong personal brand. For people that don't know me, I'm a data analyst. I'm a corporate trainer. I train people in data analytics, and I'm also the co-founder of Your Tech Guide. So we've been having a whole lot of traffic, even as a result of my consistency posting on LinkedIn and all of that. So I'm really, really grateful. It's been an amazing opportunity. So why build a monetizable personal brand in the first place? Why does it matter? Your personal brand isn't just about your visibility, actually. It's actually about you building trust and showcasing your value in a unique way, your unique value, your selling point, something unique about you that people need to key into, buy, and know you for. And then a strong personal brand can actually gets you so many returns, gets you monetary terms actually. When you have a strong personal brand, you can start having consultations, collaborations, you can have speaking invitations like this. People just want to identify with you. They want to buy into whatever you are selling. Tell them you are selling toothpaste today, because they already know you, they trust you, they will want to buy. Yes, I can assure you of that. And you have a unique story, and your story deserves to be heard. People need to know what you do. People need to know you for who you are. People need to know, oh, this person is a go-to resource for this particular thing. So in year 2025, we cannot afford to joke with our personal brand. And this is just a word of encouragement to everyone out there. It's not too late to start out your journey towards building your personal brand. You can start small, be consistent, and in no time from now, the results you will get is just going to be amazing. You'll be wowed yourself. And the best way to start is to register for the next cohort of the implementation bootcamp, because there's so much going on there, and there's so much opportunity. There are so many opportunities out there on LinkedIn, and any other platform you are comfortable with. And I'm very sure Dr. Vivian will be more than pleasing and willing to guide you on that journey. So, like I said earlier, according to Dr. Vivian, let's stop leaving money on the table. Your personal brand, it's is who you are. It's something unique about you, and everybody needs to know that and identify you as that. So, cheers to more months and years of building together and growing together. I remain Omolade Bisiri, your go-to data analyst. Thank you so much once again, Dr. Vivian, for this opportunity. I'm more than grateful and honored to be here. And thank you everyone for being a part of this amazing community, the Phoenix Gates community.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Omolade, and our excellent Latifa. Latifa was a bit under the weather, but she still had to come because I don't know if you are joining. You know what is 2,000 times? My good, I can't even think about it. It's still ringing in my brain. And then Omolade, I mean, Omolade's platform is an excellent platform. Like, I was honored to be invited in her community as well. So if you're here and you're hoping to start your tech journey, please go ahead and reach out to her right now. Right now, she has a community that houses you, and they're about to start a training soon. If you've been having challenges transitioning into tech, please, you might want to reach out to her. Thank you so much, Omalade, for coming in. I look forward to more collaborations as well at regards, hopefully also, because we're hoping that we're going to do some few tech trainings right here. So please just, I look forward to reaching out to you on that as well. Thank you so much for coming in. And then Latifa, thank you so much. I totally understand what that you'll be living now. So if this is okay, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Okay, so quickly we're going to be going right into the events for the day. Our speakers are warming up to show up, but like I said, for me, I am totally excited about this topic because, like I said, this is exactly what I am here to do. We've done several topics. We did building in public. Like, if you missed out on that, like I said, do well to subscribe to our YouTube channel. You're literally going to see all those things. We're having watch parties both here on LinkedIn at the Phoenix Gates group and also on other platforms as well. So I can see people all the way from Facebook and also from YouTube. I totally honor you. I can see your reactions. Go ahead and react on this live. So I'm going to quickly just spotlight all those who shared our events for the day. Thank you so much, Dr. Lucy. Dr. Lucy's support for me, I literally cannot fathom it. I really can't think about it. She's an amazing woman. So this is also me calling out to as many nursing moms who are out there who are literally have given up on so many opportunities or thinking that they cannot do anything else with their lives. I'm begging you to come out. Dr. Lisu is one exceptional person as well. Of course, she's a medical doctor. We're schoolmates at some point, and she has been amazing. Please go ahead and reach out to me now. Like she said, Omaladi had said, our cohort already is starting. I will give a lot of tidbits in that direction today. Thank you so much, Esther Bolarise, for sharing. Thank you so much, Anisha Taluda, for sharing. I really, really appreciate you. Thank you, Amarachi, for sharing. I really, really appreciate you. Chigion, thank you so much. I really, really appreciate you. Sophiat, thank you so much for sharing. Thank you, Jake, for sharing. Thank you, Natalie, for sharing. Thank you so much, Deborah, for sharing. Thank you so much, Michael, for sharing. I really, really appreciate you. Now, these are the persons who actually just shared the post now, right in this event. And for me, I am super, super honored to know that these are the people who want to help us reach to more persons. Like I said, we have one passion in mind. We just want to see everybody shine and become excellent at whatever they are doing. So we're going to go right back. We're actually, like I said, we are celebrating today. So I'm going to quickly spotlight all the messages. Omolade, everyone is shouting out your name. They are thanking you. Yes, thank you so much. You're all welcome. So for the people who are joining us for the first time, we totally honor you. We know that you're joining us in from other platforms, and we are excited to have you. So this was where we stopped earlier. For those who are just joining in, please help us share. So we had just finished sharing the Phoenix case story. So if you came in, if you're on YouTube, you can actually just press right back and just see what we had discussed earlier. But so far, this is what we have been doing. This is my journey so far. Like I said, I am super um, excited about seeing people grow, rise. And one of the proof of rising is being financially stable and being able to pursue other aspects of your life. So if you're currently on this call and you are a young person, you are a nursing mom, you are literally just name all the things that would have just been against you. I'm saying tonight that this is when we are going to pay attention to our personal brands and we will start literally earning right at the end of this event. So I am saying that this event, like we said, I don't know. I stand to be corrected, but I don't know who offers. I don't know anyone who would offer you a service like this. Maybe ensuring that you're being trained weekly for free for more than 5 months, with no sponsorship, literally, and not 1 minute late. It's a culture for us. Like we said, we're going to be discussing personal brand and we're going to be talking about the frameworks and some of the reasons why some of us have not been able to portray ourselves in the right light. So, but this is it. I don't know which community can do this. So, I'm telling you our why, right? So, just pay attention. Just stay with me a little more. This is our journey so far. Ever since we started 5 months ago, we've been able to host our masterclass, two cohorts. Like we said, we're celebrating tonight. But like I said, I'm in a habit for, oh yes, we're celebrating. I understand that we should celebrate, but then we cannot just stop an opportunity to educate a whole lot of people and just share just testimonials. So if you're just joining in, well, you're right on time. But if you're in YouTube, you might want to just press backwards and just see the excellent testimonials. We've had some so far. This is our day 14th in our boot camp. And there was one thing I had in mind when this idea came is that people must be doing well at the end of 21 days. And for me, I'm super excited. Okay, so one of the weeks we decided to probably just press through our posts and have a lot of people share their testimonials, right? Someone had 1,000 followers in four. This what did you call it? Testimonials was taken on day 6 of last week, and the person had 1,000 followers, had 5, because like we said, for us in the boot camp, we're doing both a YouTube challenge as well as LinkedIn challenge. We're doing collabo. So if you're from the this side of the world, when someone says collabo, it simply means collaborations, right? So we're actually doing both. I don't, for the price we actually charge this course, I don't think anybody would do this for you, but we decided to push it. For me, I just said, well, it's a journey that is worth discovering, and it's a beautiful thing to actually see people like do well. So I was able to get our technical guys to come up with some of those posts. We didn't actually put everything because also, like I said, we are considering the fact that we have a meeting today and we don't want to take our community's celebration to engulf everybody else, right? So, but this is what someone shared. She said she uploaded, as of day 6, she had uploaded 5 videos, and one of her videos had up to 700 views. If you think we are joking, just upload something on YouTube now and let's discuss further. If you have 2 views, you're a star. Okay, so she said she actually gained 1,000 followers in that 6 days, and she was able to connect with people who shared the visions, and she was able to build habits that ensured results were coming. Let me share someone for you. I think this is for Omolade. Yes, this is Omolade. So she was able to, she has shown up for every of these 6 days. She gained 47 new subscribers. Some of you don't know. Hey, the thing about YouTube growth, oh Jesus, I don't even want to say so much. But then one of our posts hit 530 views in less than 24 hours. And it was such a beauty to behold, right? So she's able to build her community, right? And she gained 200 new followers that last week. Thank you so much, Omolade. And she was able to secure 2 collaborative deals. and network expansion as well. So this is testimony. So if you're yet on YouTube, or you're yet on what did they call it? For me, my boot camp, like I said, the boot camp is actually for implementation, right? There are other YouTube coaches who are currently on LinkedIn. I have one of them, Dr. Noella. If you want to go through her own journey, I think she's graduating some of her cohorts today. Please go ahead and just reach out to her. For us, we're all about implementation. The only thing is, I made up my mind to ensure that, okay, if there's any form of knowledge gap, I would reach, of course, close in that gap for you via all the resources in my, what do they call it, my own cadre. So this is Chidima's post. She had 2,000. For me, I had to bring the proof, because even me, when I saw it, like I said, some of the results some of my community guys are having, even me, I get scared sometimes. I'm like, this is unfair. Okay, so Hash, when she posted, she had 2,709 views for somebody. I don't think that channel has, I can't remember how many how many subscribers there is on that channel. And this is also for Damilola. Damilola had 1.5. So if you notice, you can see the date where she started. This is January 8th, right? You can literally see her spike right when she started the camp, right? So for me, I don't know how to explain this at all. This is not me trying to bobo someone. So this one is the most shocking one. Okay, so for us in the bootcamp, we normally would give templates to everybody who comes on board. So for the first week, we give templates. So all of us, if you notice, there was one day where all of us were talking about one certain thing. This particular post, right, was one of our members. This lady posted and ghosted. Okay, you can see her name there. She's a medical doctor, very close to me. She posted and ghosted. As I speak, just type on this name right now and check the person out. You will see that there is no one response. She didn't respond to anybody apart from the place where she spotlighted me and said, okay, she's grateful to, she's most grateful to the highly esteemed Dr. Vivian Magnus. She has not come back to that post. Like I said, she's a medical doctor. She's a senior registrar, so it means that she literally doesn't really have time at all. So I'm sure probably she's on call or something. So imagine that this is your first post on LinkedIn and you are having such results. Well, like I said, go and verify. I'm not here for boboing. I just came out. I told myself today, I've been quiet enough. And that's essentially what the topic is about, personal branding, right? You being able to array, not that you are here to brag, but visible results, because literally that's part of how to, we're going to be discussing the frameworks, like I said. So that's part of how to also further push in or drive in your results, right, to people. So this is essentially where we are tonight. So I'm going to look right back again to see some of our excellent, amazing speakers, whether they've joined us. If they haven't, we will just quickly go right into the event for the day. So I would want to say, somebody said YouTube is not for the weak. Let me start laughing. Let me have all the discussions coming in. For me, like I said, tonight we are going to be very, very interactive, very, very interactive. For me, I love these videos and videos love me, right? So we're going to be super, super interactive. So one of the things I would also want everybody who is currently on this live today is to probably just tell us your journey so far. Maybe you can just leave it on the on LinkedIn. Let's say if you're on LinkedIn right now, or you're on YouTube, or you're on Facebook, you can just tell us about your journey. You can say, let's say, great journey. So great journey is just GJ, great journey so far. So just let me know about your journey so far on LinkedIn, so that we can now be moving. Then when we go from GJ, right, we're going to go right to the next. We're going to be talking about personal branding, right on spot. Okay, so we're going to be, that's before one of our speakers come in. She actually gave me a particular time, and then the other person had one challenge on the other. But like I said, I'm always a ready princess. This particular topic, I meditated, I have marinated on it. In fact, if you are meeting Phoenix Gate for the first time, we are living it. We built in public. For those people who didn't know, I started Phoenix Gate at when we were 2,000 plus person. It's unthinkable. Nobody does that, right? And then one of our friends, I think Catman as well, she should be on this live, started her own community when she had 150 connections. So it's totally unthinkable. But then this is me saying that you can actually do it. Who is that? Who should be in the forefront of every idea, or every thought of, or literally every ideation, if not you that literally lost it? So everything we're going to be sharing tonight is literally a push. That's what we do in our Phoenix Kids Bootcamp, a push, literally. Okay, so let me go ahead and let's serve through the comment section. Let's see what everybody's saying. Oh, awesome. So Natalie is saying that she's a highly active global professional and she's a proud mom. Absolutely. That's exactly why we are here. We're here to encourage everybody who's currently on this live. Please, we're a lot. We have every reason. A lot of us have every reason to have many other things happening in our lives that probably will give us a reason to say, oh, we cannot do this or we cannot do that. Okay, so Dr. Lucy is saying, yeah, it's truly amazing. Okay, you brought me out of my shell. Oh, amazing. I really, really appreciate you. Thank you so much for okay. Don't worry, like I said, today we are opening up the curtain. Just stick with us. Right after our events, we will announce. So somebody said, um, I totally get you. LinkedIn banners so okay, so this person is talking about the what did you call it? The some of the communications we had right on the stem of this post. Thank you so much. Haliel said, I celebrate you. So awesome. So this is beautiful. Jay Sule, good to see you. I really, really appreciate you. Thank you. So my Facebook peeps, please talk so that we can also see you guys as well. I've seen YouTube persons as well. Somebody said we have written now my book is full. Yes, we are going to keep buying new one. Awesome, awesome. Thank you so much for joining in so far. Okay, so this is awesome. So someone says, great journey, great journey. Thank you so much, everyone. We're going to be super interactive. Yes, super, super interactive. Thank you so much. Gifty said, Ginger Mama. Yes, my ginger baby. Thank you so much for coming in. He said, I started posting on YouTube. Sometimes I'll ask myself, well, like I said, this is actually a sprint. Personal branding is a sprint and not a it's not okay, it's not a sprint actually, sorry, my bad, correct, that is a marathon. Thank you so much, Cynthia. I can see you. Awesome. So we're going to go straight into our conversations for the night. Like I said, some of my speakers are having a big challenge, but I am willing. Like I said, this is a topic that I sat down and I figured out that a lot of people really need to learn because there's a lot going on here. Okay, so somebody said, Dr. Temitope said, when you need a push, look for Dr. V and Magnus. Yes, she's actually also part of our boot camp members. Thank you so much for coming on board. Okay, so Jess Bobo said it's good to be here. Thank you so much, everyone. So we're going to be diving straight into our topic for the night, right? How to monetize your personal brand. So I'm going to give us a few opportunities to say something. So just say something you have actually always considered your personal brand. Have you ever paid attention? Do you realize that every time you have to post that you actually are representing something bigger than you? Just give me just one straight line. We're going to be, like I said, our classes today is going to be interactive because this is not a didactic session. I want it to be like let's say two-way directional, right? As you are bringing up some hot stuff, I'm bringing up some hot stuff. Like I said, the highlight of this event today is going to be the framework. By the time you're going to be curating some of your posts tomorrow, or you're going to be making some financial decisions for your businesses as well as your career, you will understand why you should spend what you need to spend at what point or at any form at all. Okay, so let me be looking in and seeing what so far we've been saying. Okay, so awesome. Somebody said I've started taking LinkedIn very seriously. Awesome. Please do take it. If you're currently on Facebook, on YouTube right now, sincerely, I don't know if you have been having challenges with representing your brand. This is the first place you should come to, sincerely. Chinasa said it's very impactful. Seriously, she's glad she cancelled her appointment to join this. Amazing. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you. Chizen said personal brand is not a sprint but a marathon. Thank you so much, Chizen. I really, really appreciate that. Okay, Natalie said, I'm doing well on LinkedIn, WhatsApp, Slack, Facebook, okay, on X, but I need to go back to developing my reach there. Okay, her Insta needs work too. Meta is fully monetized for me. Awesome. She has finally launched her Facebook business page in December. Amazing. Good to see you. Somebody's calling me. Chidima is calling me multiple. God have mercy. Thank you so much, Chidima, for that conversation. So please, let's just keep the conversations coming. Like I said, for tonight, at the end of these classes, it's not just going to be just one stop shop event where people came and poured in ideas to you and you literally cannot show anything for it. You know, today I'm saying that at the end of this event, right, you're going to at least have started your journey. Then we will, of course, give you an opportunity to also come closer to us. So I'm asking a question again. What has been your personal branding journey so far? Just go ahead and just leave some comments as well while I start. Right, so essentially, what is your personal brand? Right, this is just me trying to introduce the idea to you. Your personal brand is simply, right, from your own end, right, is your it's a sum total of your intentions. Everything you do intentionally, every single thing, right? This is me now saying that, okay, you, when you have decided to create, so of course we're in the creator economy, so it literally means that literally everybody who is on all the what did you call it, all the social media spaces are ready to create. So creating means that you are intentional about what you want to be giving out or what you want people to know about you. While essentially your personal brand, from people's point of view, is essentially what they perceive about you. So initially, when I came up, oh my goodness, you'd see my medical doctor literally written bold. It would want to enter your eye. Now the truth is, I personally left medical doctor there because I felt like you need to know how we were raised. For us, we are very intentional crops of professionals. It means that in reading often, in sleepless nights often. So if we're going to do anything at all, we do it with our life. I know that you would want to ask some of the people who pass through the master class what we do about our timing, how we meet, our discussions, some of how we quick people literally to ensure that they are actually moving in the direction of what they are online to do. So I'm going to look quickly. Somebody said this is very impactful. Seriously, I'm glad. Okay, awesome. So yes, I've gone back on this statement. Awesome. Somebody said YouTube and X are two places she needs to work on. Awesome, awesome. Joy said that personal branding is the sum total of your intention. Sincerely, you don't have to wait for people to start telling you this is who you are. Your personal brand is what you sit down literally and craft. Of course, crafting is with the mind that you actually are paying attention to some of the things that are naturally coming, some of the things that are natural to you. Okay, so for me, one of the beautiful lights I had to sit down with just a few years ago, I told myself, literally everybody who comes in upon this earth, right, what did you call it, they are neutral. Everybody who comes in onto the earth are actually neutral persons. So it simply means this: everybody's a clean slate. Nobody has monopoly or light to anything. Like, you guys are going to see some of the exercises we're going to be doing tonight. You are literally going to see some of the persons who you deemed to be the most excellent persons, some of the most celebrated persons all across industries. You just find out that they were just a group of persons who decided that they were not going to be unintentional about anything they are going to be dishing out. So, like I said again, I'm going to reiterate: your personal brand is actually a sum total of every action you took intentionally. This is for somebody who is willing to build. But then, of course, if you do not intentionally build, it's actually a sum total of everything you are dishing out to people, which means literally that, okay, you probably didn't know that these things was going on. Just give me a moment. Okay, so you probably didn't know that this is actually what you're given. You're giving some lights that you don't understand, but this is what everybody knows you to be doing, right? So that's why you need to pay attention to yourself, because whether you like it or not, you are building a personal brand every day, whether you like it or not. So right now, as we are currently on this live, okay, for some of the persons who are going to be speaking right after me or before me, one thing is sure, that they are consistently going to be giving out something. So every single time you have an opportunity to post, I mean, to like, to comment under someone, you are dishing out something. Every single time you have an opportunity to probably act in a certain way, you are actually telling a story that maybe a lot of people might find, what do they call it, might find interesting or not interesting. But either way, you are actually building a brand. Okay, so we're going to be going right into a very excellent what did you call it, exercise. So if you are still here up to now, just tell me still here. So still here is SH. So if you're currently on this live and you have probably just gotten a few details about let's say our conversation, or you just understood a few things that I had just discussed earlier. So if you're coming in, like I said again, welcome. If this is your first time on LinkedIn, you're welcome. You have actually met the best community there is so far. So if you are still here, just go ahead and say still here. That's SH, so that we now go into our, what do they call it, our discussions proper tonight. So we're going to be discussing everything you need to know. So we're going to quickly, awesome, thank you so much. I'm already seeing some of the conversations already. Yes, thank you so much, Chinaza. Thank you, Temi, for saying still here. Chisom, thank you so much. Cynthia, I can see you. There are two LinkedIn users. I apologize, I might not see your name right here. Musa is saying still here. Cynthia is saying still here. Awesome. So quickly, we're going to be discussing some of these persons. So I am going to let you know that literally everyone's personal brand doesn't necessarily, building your personal brand is not something that is literally out of this world. It's something that you decide that, okay, from this time, okay, for everybody who is currently on this call, it's going to be essentially your decision. You're going to decide that this is what you want to do with your life, and this is what you're going to be offering people. And that's part of the things we pay attention to when we are starting in our masterclass as well as our boot camp. We don't want people who just show up for showing up sake. We want people who are consciously building something, consciously generating leads, consciously representing something. So if you are just joining in right now, right, you know that the Phoenix Gate represents something. The reason why we chose the Phoenix is because we know that there are points in people's lives where they start to question what they can offer people. I mean, sometimes you can see a lot of people shining. Some of you, just because I'm on this light alone, can be super pressuring for you. But like I said, that's essentially what we are here to do. We're saying that you as well can have your own light shine, and literally we will come and celebrate with you. So this is essentially what we believe as a Phoenix Kids Group. Our vision is to inspire people to rise consistently, and that is our personal brand. And because of that, we know that one of the perfect proof, literally, of shining is that you being financially stable, you being having access to knowledge, light. For me, I believe that knowledge is one support system that can move you from one bad bandwidth financially to another. For me, this year, I have looked on to so many courses I'm going to be taking, and this is it. I used to tell people, I believe that monies are in clicks. Yes, some monies are actually in some clicks. And the best way to enter some of those clicks is by buying those courses, by contacting some of those persons who have won and being right and listening to what they are listening. Okay, so I'm going to check in. Okay, so you said support certain learning curve. Absolutely, ma. I can see that as well. Okay, said check out my profile and connections. Oh, awesome. That's beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. Awesome. So we're going to be going straight into our conversation for the night. I don't know. I'm going to allow us say something. When you see this photo, can you just let me know who you think this person is? Right? Who is this person? So this is essentially, I'm hoping that a lot of us, so this is our exercise. So if you're just joining in, like I said, exercise, kindly help us identify these persons. So this person, this is our number one person. So you can identify the person as number one. Okay. So you're going to identify this next person. So I was able to go through all the niches to ensure that everybody is properly represented. So I'll go back again. This is number one. So when you're replying, just write number one. If you know the person, just use the person's first initials. You don't have to write the full names. Number two, so that I don't want you to be distracted. This is number two. This is number three. This is number three. Okay, some answers are coming in. So let me be spotlighting those answers that came in earlier. Okay, oh no, this is Claire was the first, then Kate. Awesome, awesome. So let me see those that will. Okay, awesome. Okay, so number two. Okay, so somebody has started with slide two. So this is our slide two. Okay, so someone is already talking about slide two. So don't worry, just write initials so that you're not super distracted. Yes, just write initials. Okay, yes, awesome, awesome. Okay, let me see who knows who. So this is our next person. Interesting. Let's see those people getting it. This is lovely. Okay, so let me see how many people I can see. Okay, you know what? Awesome. So I see someone who has gotten everything. So MG. No, 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 Tolu. I'm not doing that. Amazing. So let's see. NW. I'm not sure her name is NW. I don't think it's NW. Okay, somebody said awesome. So I think yes, someone got it. No, okay, now the response is becoming very fast for me. Awesome. Okay, so let's see. Yes, go ahead. Okay, so that means awesome. Okay, so we're gonna try one last exercise before we move away from here. We're going to try one last exercise. So I'm going to say, so for the person who said this person is MJ, right? What is he known for? So you could just, if he's known for a dance or singing, you can write dance D, singing S, or what else is he known for? I don't know. Anybody who knows something else, you can probably write that full. Then the second person, this is the second slide. What's this person known for? Right? Okay, somebody says, okay, awesome, awesome. Okay, yeah. So let's go. Let's go. Let's go. I'm really really excited. I love the way everyone's hands and fingers are super fast. Okay. Okay. So somebody said awesome. Somebody said music. So I've gotten my first answer from this end. Um. Okay. So somebody is even making it more. Okay. Wait. Let me move the slide so that somebody doesn't. Okay. So somebody said dancing and singing, music. Somebody said break dance. That's super specific. Dance and music. Okay. Okay, so now I don't know how much lag we have from this end, but let's go to slide two. So slide two quickly. Who is this man? What is he known for? If you know specifically what he does, please just help me. If you know specifically what he does. If okay, somebody said awesome. So we have many hot people in this life. Okay. Somebody said MJ is the pioneer of breakdance. Is he? Is he really the pioneer? Okay, so let's see. Somebody said dance and music. I think he actually was the most publicist. He publicized breakdowns. Okay, so someone is okay. So we're on number two, guys. We're in slides two. We're on slides two. So let me see us converse. Okay, somebody said he's a awesome. Let me see what is going on here. Somebody said physicist. Awesome, awesome. Okay, so this is it. Okay, so let's go to the last slides now. Once we are done with this slides, we'll move right into our conversations for the day. This is super super interesting. Glory, thank you so much. That's lovely. He actually won a Nobel Prize. Amazing, awesome, awesome. So some people are becoming more specific. We said MJ copied James Brown. Well, let's say inspired. We don't want to be feel like people have monopoly of ideas. Even James Brown was actually inspired as well. So somebody said science and physics. Awesome. So now we're on the third slides, everyone. Third slides, everyone, so that we can move right into our conversations for the night. So third slides. So somebody said third slide. Yes, awesome. Now someone has started. Dr. Temi has actually shared that. Yes, we are getting there. Okay, so I would actually love to see someone from the US spotlight, I don't know, say that okay, he's aware of this particular lady. Awesome, awesome. This is fire, everyone. So, okay, dancing and singing. Okay, so this is a summary. Awesome. So we're able to touch, like I said, for the sake of this life, I actually had to just prepare a very short. If I knew I had this much time, I'm sure probably I would have probably gathered a whole lot of experts as well, so that we can understand that personal branding is it cuts through literally all literally all. Yes, all niches. So no matter your niche, this topic you really, really need it. Okay, so I can see. Awesome, that's amazing. So thank you so much, everyone, for being super exciting. Like I learned already so much from this. Okay, somebody said US here. Okay, awesome. So oh, that's awesome. So we knew about our excellent Minister of Finance in Nigeria. Yes, that was during OBJ's time as well, as she is currently the president of the Trade World Trade Organization. That's awesome. So there's one thing. Okay, yes. So somebody. Okay, World Bank. Yes, thank you so much for that correction. Okay, awesome, awesome. That is lovely. So we're going to be going right into our conversations for the day. Now, I would want to put, for the sake of everything I'm going to converse tonight, is when it comes to building your personal brand, of course, and monetizing your personal brand, there's something that should be super clear, like I said, for you as a person, right? People can decide to perceive whatever they want to perceive from you, but you should ensure that you are intentionally building. And for me, I think aside from, if we take away literally religion, if at all we're going to put religion as a niche, in the sense of maybe prophets, teachers who have come to earth, I don't know how to explain that as well, to have had an opportunity to teach or do any other thing. If we take away religion completely, there's one person that literally stands out as a star, an amazing star. Okay, so for the sake of our discussion tonight, we're going to be spotlighting Michael Jackson. Now, the reason why I'm actually spotlighting him is because of intentionality. Intentionality. For those of for some of us who think that, okay, well, people can just go ahead and think what they want to think. I can actually just cook up that flyer. I can just wake up and send out any content. I well, oh well, I don't mean it. Or if they don't understand me, I don't care, right? I would want to tell you that literally people will not treat you more than you have actually set yourself to be treated, or your business or your career. So for me, part of the things I had to do before I came in for this event was I just decided to research this man. Do you know that literally all those screaming that people literally did on his what did he call it, on his events, on his live shows, were already mirrored in some of his earlier videos, literally on. There were people chasing him. Most videos, he pictured his videos to be a sought after person. And literally, before we knew it, it became a consistent happening. I mean, how can you explain someone hosting a concert and literally there are paramedics picking up people who are literally fainting? Yes, I think today, literally memories. This week, when I was thinking about personal branding, I've never seen anybody yet as intentional and this as this man. I'm talking about right from um, his style. Of course, everyone who sees an MJ style right now will know that, okay, this is exactly what they are doing. Right to dance, in his ability to incorporate some of the best moves. Like I said, it wasn't like he was the originator. He was inspired by a lot of persons, but he was able, like I said, he was able to also curate or position himself properly, right? Position himself properly despite being inspired. So, like I will say tonight, inspiration is not bad. Okay, some of you are currently on this call now and you're saying, oh wow, this is lovely. I love what Dr. Vivian is doing here every week. And I think I would like to start mine. All the people who are currently on this call, who are currently hosting this kinds of community, who met me, God, between God, literally, not this is not me trying to swear or use swear words, but I have not had anybody whom I discouraged. It's not even possible. So it means that you being inspired is totally fine, right? But whatever you do, right, of course, with whatever inspiration you get is actually where your authenticity starts. So like I said again, part of the cues I took from him especially was the fact that literally all the experiences he started having towards of course at the peak of his career were already mirrored by the story, his storytelling abilities, and his ability, of course, cooperate with the movie industries to start telling stories excellently well about what he wanted. So literally most of his music videos, what I did was I went back. Of course, everybody knows that he was born in 1958. I went back to when he was five, the Jackson Fives and all that, down to this to a point where he was literally at the peak of his career. This man literally mirrored how he wanted the world to see him. Of course, someone can be saying that, oh, he was not all that authentic, but guess what? He was not authentic, but people were fainting at his presence. So the question will be, okay, somebody says OG before IG, yes. So people will see you the way you see yourself. So for me, I think he is one perfect person that mirrors this. Now, if you're currently on this call and you are probably scared to start because you're already considering the fact that, okay, well, this will not be me. I won't be the first person who is going to be holding life. After all, Dr. Vivian is known all over LinkedIn with her life events, and a lot of people are coming. Like I said, I will not be the last, and you won't be the last. The question is based on your vision. So you saw my vision when I shared about how Phoenix Gates was born, literally at the peak of my despair. Literally, some of you don't even know what I'm doing on LinkedIn. I've never been a social media person. This is me shooting myself right on the foot. So if you're just joining this live now, yes, maybe you're there, you're just listening, you're just watching and saying, I'm not a social media person. What do I even need all these things for? Well, you're welcome to I am not a social media person. I have never built on any other platform. I actually started building in the last 6 months officially, like putting in all the energy, paying the price, paying the money that is necessary. So I am telling you that you are actually not the first person who will be building now. So like I said, if you didn't come yesterday, it's still fine. If you've not been paying attention to your personal brand yesterday, you are still good to go. But I'm still saying it again, this is not the time for you to start worrying, oh, will people I feel like I'm late. Can I even do anything with myself? Like I said, you community is all you need. But then I'm saying this again. That last time that you fought with that particular friend of yours who probably depicted you in a particular way, one of the things I would want you to think again, think back. So I was able to bring out all these persons and you seem to have known them. because they simply were intentional about what they wanted you to know about them. Like I can tell you, someone I think in the comment section said Jacko Wako, and I said no, I didn't want to spotlight that. But then, of course, at some point in his life, there were some narratives that people wanted to get out there. I don't know how true, of course, like we all say allegedly. But then, one beautiful thing that we also realize is that he was still consistently putting out what he wanted out there. So this is me again calling a lot of us who are currently on this live event. Like I said, if you're coming in for the first time, hmm? Okay, so I'm looking at somebody. Somebody said their reforms had far-reaching impact on people's lives. So you can see that we've already started discussing the frameworks, but of course we're going to get right deep into that very soon. So this is essentially what I'm saying now. Since we know that literally we knew these people because of some of the things we heard about them out there, why do you want to wait until people start telling your own story for you by themselves rather than you sitting down and coming up with something super excellent based on things that are already within your framework? Like some of you would know, somebody said I mean of course multifaceted person, and I said yes, of course I have my background. So if you're just joining in, you probably didn't hear where I was sharing some of the things that I was able to do before now, and why I am currently in this position, and what I am doing now, and why I am where I am right now. Is simply because I paid attention to some of those what did you call it, those footprints. So now this is essentially personal branding, paying attention to yourself, right? I said it again, when you came to this world, you were super blank. So don't feel bad. Anybody who you see who is currently shining excellently well actually just decided to pay attention. So somebody said one thing was common to them. They were responsive to challenges, okay, to the challenge of facilitating the greater participation of people, and many lives were touched positively. Summarily, they identified their audience. So you can see that already we're already bringing out some of the frameworks that we all need to pay attention to. Now, I was able to bring out all these persons because I know that people, probably there are some people who are currently on this event who are probably related to them, but they probably would have had another different narrative of them that we probably don't know about. But one thing was sure, that these persons literally paid attention to what they had to offer the world, and people were right at the helm of whatever it is that they were building. So I hope that you're already picking up something along your path. So the question I'm going to be asking you right now, if you're currently on this call, is what story are you telling about yourself? Right? Since we realize that, okay, personal brand essentially is the fact that, okay, people will perceive you and nobody will literally have access to you. So for me, I was thinking about it. I had a little altercation with one of my friends, maybe not so recently, I think around last year. And part of the things I had to ask myself is, if you didn't have some of the informations you had about me, would you just probably be provoked about me? I think not. I don't think so. So essentially, it means that anybody who will have an opportunity to relate with you literally has to have an information from you. But one thing people don't know is this: if you are not telling your story, people will tell those stories for you. That's just the truth. And they will not be wrong, right? Because, like they used to say from my own side of the world, every single time people say a closed mouth is literally a closed destiny. So it means that every single time you had an opportunity to have, what's the word, not shared what you are and what you represent, you are actually killing your personal brand. So for us, when we were emphasizing consistency in our bootcamp, we will always say this: eyes on the prize, guys, eyes on the prize, because we know why we are showing up daily. Somebody will say, why do you have to show up daily? It's because a story, I have to share a story consistently about myself that you probably don't know. So if I didn't tell you I was a medical doctor, you probably will not know. You will just probably start figuring out that, oh, okay, she's probably a personal branding strategist. Well, as a person and in an office, no, but because I'm working, of course, with my target audience, my community, because I knew fully well that, okay, that this is literally a huge gap that my community members usually have. Most of them just show up on LinkedIn without any form of strategy. Well, yes, for the purpose of this night, I am going to be telling you. So if you're just joining, for some of you who just joined late, you will not have seen all the results, right? Of course, social proofs is one of the most important things when sharing or probably teaching. So I showed you guys a social proof of how many lives that have been literally transformed by the reason of their journey. So that's why I am still saying again, what story are you telling about yourself? Who is telling your story now? Now, now, now. It's not even just about somebody says know your why. No, the question is now, You now know your why, but who is telling the story of your why? Who is saying it for you? Are you quiet right there? So every single time you actually don't pass an information about yourself, about what you do, you are this is literally the most important aspect of personal branding that you are not paying attention to. So for some of you who are just joining us in, yes, we are waiting on our speakers for the night, right? But like I said, I am always armed. Every topic I bring out, I already have prepared for it. I don't know why, but then of course this would have been probably like a panic phase right now. But then I'm grateful to see that everybody literally on this call right now is paying attention and is going to be transformed. Okay, so this is it. I'm still asking you a question now. For those people who came in early, who said they were virtual assistants, who said they were content writers, who said they were what did you call it, singers. For those people who are probably joining on Facebook and YouTube, I know that I'm going to have a lot of people who are spanning in those niches. The question is, who currently knows your story? Who is telling your story? Why are you quiet about your story? Like I said, if you're just joining us as well, one person I noticed that literally mirrored his life. Michael Jackson was one perfect person. Literally, most of his music videos in the 80s mirrored what he would later experience at the peak of his career. All the chases, he mirrored what he wanted, and it literally happened. So the question is, what are you telling about yourself? Thank you so much, Natalie. I really appreciate that. Okay, so we're going to be going straight. Part of the things tonight I'm going to be sharing four things. Like I was inspired by Richard. Yes, I'm not sure I can pronounce the rest of his surname, but then this is it. These are the few things you might want to pay attention to when everybody's talking about personal branding, guys. Personal branding is not merely bragging. Okay, every time. So at the beginning of this event, I didn't just what do they call it? Show you some of those results that I showed you. I mean, how can you explain someone's return to YouTube, and you post and you're literally having 2.8 views? How can you explain 1.5k views in 24 hours for somebody who is an complete newbies? Some of those people, they probably have 30 subscribers, 15 subscribers. In fact, some persons who joined the cohort actually just opened their YouTube channel because we said, okay, we're going to do both together. So like I said, personal branding, it's not about you bragging. That's number one. Number two, it's not a one time setup. So a lot of people, when we are talking about personal branding, the first thing they went to do was, like I said in the conversation currently under this event, some people just felt like, oh, I have gone to do my LinkedIn banner. I just went, I've visited my LinkedIn banner. I have my call to actions or my feature session. I already have it locked down. So that is personal branding. It is not a one step. Personal branding is a mindset. And I said at the hem, if you're just joining us as well, at the hem of personal branding is actually intentionality. Your intentions. What is excellence to you? This is the time for you to start answering those questions before you drive, or what's the word now? Put your head neck deep into what you're offering. What do you see as excellence? Is coming on time excellence? Is honoring an invitation excellence? Is posting at a particular time? Is sharing your journey excellence? You have to sit down and make up your mind truly what this can be to you. So personal branding is not an overnight success. So okay, because we have run some, we you can imagine our first events. For me, what happened to me was this: our first ever event at Phoenix Kids Group. I think we had over we're clocking almost we're clocking almost 300 persons at that first event. Yes, we also have other events where we had 265 and all that. It was completely new in this space, right? Especially for us who were all just new on LinkedIn as of that point. Like I said, for me, it wasn't essentially because I had all the knowledge, but I knew something. Leadership, you leading yourself, can actually be the change you need for that your own business. So this is me again talking about personal branding. So personal branding is not an overnight success. So it's going to be a series of activities, a series of you paying attention. So personal branding essentially as well, it's not your followership count or your engagement status. So some people will feel like, oh, because I post and I get 500 comments and like, of course, I showed you guys a photo of one of our cohort members who posted for the first time. And guess what? She did not even engage on that post, but she had 500 reactions and you saw some of the comments that were also left there. But then, of course, that's not a personal brand. It just simply meant that, of course, being able to have followed instructions and probably placing some of the strategies that we had talked about in our strategy sessions, that would have also been what would have made a difference. Somebody said, okay, yes, thank you so much. Somebody said, who is telling your story? Who is awesome? Who is telling your story? Who is telling your story? Okay, who is telling your why? So essentially, it's not about you knowing what you're here to do, your why, what you want to offer. The question is, who is telling that story to you? So every single time you have an opportunity to curate a post, that's why you need to pay attention to what you're putting out there. That is why you should not be curating posts on the morning of your posting. I know that it's possible that you're super smart. I mean, you've done this thing for 2 years straight. You are gifted, but intentionality might negate that. Somebody said, okay, the Queen Esther said she's great to be here. Thank you so much. Somebody said, I'm still struggling with not somebody I'm still struggling with not sounding bragging. I, it's a promise. By the end of this event today, you will literally come out of all that. Awesome. Thank you so much for that conversation as well. Okay, so like I said, please, the links are just go ahead. That's essentially what this live event's about. Converse, I will pay attention to you while I'm as well training in. So I would want your ideas. So part of the things we did tonight, we essentially talked about 4 things that personal branding is not. It is not bragging. It is not a one-time thing. It's not an overnight success story. So even if you, in fact, at the peak, so like I said, for that lady now who probably just walked into LinkedIn for the first time and her first post literally went viral without her even engaging the post, you know that it's not a one-time setup. So she can brag about that. That is personal bragging. But then, except she's able to replicate that over maybe a year. Of course, you guys know the 10,000 hour rule that can span literally maybe let's say 3 years when you have to do things one particular thing 3 years or a year, giving yourself the time you need to actually grow. You might never know. So I said personal branding is not bragging. It's not a one-time setup. So it means that you need to be reading, listening, reading, listening, reading, listening, and improving yourself as well. Oh, thank you so much, K-File. You're welcome. Good to see you here as well. Okay, so essentially, we're going to be talking about a strong personal brand. Okay, so in essentially building your personal brand, perception is actually key, right? I will say it again. Why should you let others tell your stories better than you? Why are you waiting for others to tell your stories better than you? So a lot of people will just be waiting. Oh, nobody spotlighted me, and you will spotlight yourself somewhere in your post, of course, after you have put people ahead of yourself, of course, which are your target audience, because essentially you have a why, and your why essentially involves persons. I love one of the additions that somebody added here, right, in the comment section when the person was talking about the fact that one thing that was in common about all these 3 persons that we had actually spotlighted so far, we said one thing about the 3 of them. They were people persons. They just wanted to see people do well, and essentially, people did well. Okay, so now we're going to be going right into the frameworks for personal branding. Okay, so for me, I call them the ABCs of personal branding, right? Okay, so I will say it again for those people who are just joining us, right? Nobody has a monopoly to anything in this life. Take it to the bank and cash it. Literally, everybody whom you see, who you currently celebrate, like me, if you're seeing me now, you need to listen to our first recording because I actually kept it. All the jitters, all the what did you call it? All the fear, all the adrenaline. Yes, I'm a medical doctor, so I should spotlight some of those hormones and make you tense up. I was literally shaking, but I did it afraid, right? So essentially, we're going to be discussing right now. We have gone to the let's say the peak of the event tonight, literally. Okay, we're discussing the frameworks for personal branding. So part of the things that okay, awesome, awesome, awesome. This is beautiful. Thank you so much, Amina, for that. Like I said, I'm paying attention to whatever all your conversations. So I am also going to reiterate, of course, and as well spotlight you through it. So we are starting from the first. We said what they are ABCs of personal branding. It means that if you actually need to post tomorrow morning, by the time your post is going to be going live tomorrow morning, or that video for your YouTube, or your WhatsApp, the question is this: what are the things you should have in mind? I will tell you again, this is the mindset. Essentially, this is the mindset. Nobody has a monopoly of knowledge. Everybody who you currently celebrate only just became a little more intentional about one particular idea and stayed with it long enough to be celebrated in that direction, or collaborated with other persons who are actually doing super well, and then of course join forces. That's why even in our masterclass we always emphasize community. Of course, we even teach you how to start your communities. For those people who know hospitals and many others, that Omotoyosi, Omolades, all of them have very huge communities, and they were all a fruit of course, part of the things we discussed in our masterclass as well. Of course, we have the cheat sheet. I'll say it over and over again. So, like I said again, personal branding is you starting from the fact that, okay, guys, we all just got here. So since we all just got here, what can I be doing right now? Okay. So somebody, yes. So no one has a monopoly of knowledge. Thank you so much, Claire, for that. Okay. So now, since we know that nobody has a monopoly of knowledge, someone at some point started learning something from somewhere. So if we're going to talk about our examples that we use for the night, we talked about Michael Jackson. If we talked about Michael Jackson, then someone mentioned that there was a James Brown, and of course, the moonwalk. Eventually, we found out that there was a particular dance instructor who taught MJ how to moonwalk. So it literally meant that he learned it, but he was able to brand it as his. So that's why everybody needs to pay attention to their personal brand, because some ideas might originally belong to you, but because you are not telling your stories yourself, somebody else who might be inspired by your story would literally own it, and it will literally seem like, okay, you probably didn't do anything in that direction. So this is me saying again, this is my why. I'm telling you why you need to post, right? Okay, so these are the ABCs of personal branding, like I was trying to explain. So the first thing is authenticity. I know a lot of people would always say, for me, I'm going to be sharing my ideas and my thoughts through this, and I'm also hoping, awesome. Yes, somebody said true leadership is replication yourself. Awesome. So part of things I would also want everybody who is currently on this live to pay attention to. Like I said, nobody has a monopoly of idea. You are totally a clean slate when you came into this world. So it means that literally everybody can be inspired by anybody who is already doing super well. I know that there are lots of people who are currently on this event right now who will host an event tomorrow morning or next tomorrow morning or by February because they saw me host, right? So it means that, okay, yes, it might not have originally been your idea, but you got inspired. So for me, when I'm defining authenticity right now, I am saying that authenticity is becoming one with whatever idea that comes to you. So you hear a lot of people say things like stay in your lane. For me, my own ideation, I'm like, which lane are you talking about? Did anybody eventually even have a lane in the first place? No, not really. Every single person who came in were either inspired, maybe based on their birth, their location. So when we're talking about Michael Jackson right now, we can talk about the Jackson 5 and the fact that his parents were instrumentalists. That actually wired his positioning for interest in music. So imagine that, let's say Michael Jackson was Steve Jobs' son. Probably he'll be somewhere coding, right? So it just means that authenticity, for the purpose of this discussion, is paying attention to your strengths, those things that came to you naturally. So I think we had an opportunity to have hosted an event where our delectable Mrs. Heaven said something. She called it the low-hanging fruits, right? So authenticity are literally the things that are super very close to you, or things that you can actually build a community around, learn with a couple of your friends, but you can actually sit down and say, okay, these are the ideas that I think I'm super comfortable to share. So for some of you who don't know me, yes, awesome. So I'm going to be spotlighting that. Okay, you are good. Seriously, where have you been? I've been around, though, Chinaza. Thank you so much. So part of things I would also tell everybody here now is that when we are talking about authenticity, don't be scared when all of a sudden, let's say you started probably a challenge, then one of your friends now decided to start doing a challenge. My girl, you will not be the first, you will not be the last to host such. So instead, you position yourself to be a support for that person. Of course, like I said, for me, I am super excited when people probably take some of those tools. That's exactly why we started our masterclass as well, because we are not scared to inspire other people. Some of those things that pressure a lot of people to sideline people, to push people out of their circle and all that, because they are, I don't know how to explain it now, they are um, biased. Please get comfortable with it. You will not be the first person to host an event, and neither will I be the last. Neither would I be the last to host as many persons, right? So, yes, this is me again reminding everybody, Awesome. So if you are currently on this live, please help us share, because we want as many people to learn tonight, because we want to, like I said, based on our value system and who we are, our core is to ensure that people come out of themselves. People start doing something with their life. Now I'm becoming passionate. I think I'm entering that place that I want to be. Every time I have an opportunity to host a life, there's an energy that comes, right? Well, for as a believer, I'll call it the Holy Ghost. But then I know when I've entered that place where I was healed from, or when you get to a place where someone says you can't do a particular thing at a season of your life, you will sit down and swear that anybody who meets you must be good in that particular direction. That's essentially the spirit of the Phoenix Gates Group. And that is why I'm going to be on this live every week, because people will start earning, people will start becoming super excellent at what they do. And guess what? Academics is simple. If you are still on this call and you're still bothered about the fact that you don't have a BSc, please go ahead and have it. That is authenticity. Coming to oneness with what you consider as your strengths and possibly a weakness. So this is what I'm going to have you guys all do tonight. What you're going to do is this: for authenticity under our A, you are going to write your strengths, everything you consider strength so far that you've been doing. And then another column, you're going to be writing your weaknesses, what you consider as your weakness, right? That you need. So you're currently on this life and you know that you need a BSc. God, it's not hard, guys. I can even tell you, I can list some universities. There are people who are currently on this platform who will even show you platforms where they get scholarships, so that you don't keep saying it every time somebody meets you. Just be saying, it's because I wasn't educated. It's because, please, I'm hoping that tonight all those funny things will stop, literally, so you can decide and take courses. I mean, last year, all of you who were currently in my circle knew how we were literally releasing certificates back to back. Just, yes, I have twins. Yes, I'm a nursing mom. My twins are 1 year plus, and then also I have a toddler. Yes, but I am going to be churning it back to back, because we're saying that no, nothing at all should make us deter. So authenticity, again, I said, is about aligning some of those trends. That place, those ideas that you have gotten used to. Okay, let us just leverage on them right now, so that when I'm having these conversations, it's not entirely new. So every conversation that I'm having with everybody who is currently on this life now is because I have worked with over, in fact, I used to say my community members are 1,000, but we actually just have a particular group that has 1,000 plus, and then we have other groups, countless of groups now that I've not been able to probably have close contact or touch with, maybe because of my itineraries and all that. So having worked with people, I can tell you this for free, that these things are not hard. So but all of you who are currently on this life now and you have not started earning, the first thing you're going to do is, when it comes to you discussing your personal brand, you're going to just ask yourself, what are the things that um I normally have been doing. So for me, when I showed up on LinkedIn, first of all, I showed up as a freelance because, of course, before I came on LinkedIn, I was already on Upwork. I was already earning on Upwork. I was a content writer. I wrote research. I collaborated with some communities abroad. I think one of my the people who employed me, one was from Poland, and I had another client who was from the US as of that time. Mind you, I came here alone. I didn't come with anybody. I didn't know anyone. So, but then I'm trying to tell you guys some of the things that you need to have in mind, some of the ideations you need to pay attention to that can transform your life. Things are not hard, okay? So now this is it. We have talked about authenticity. So I'm hoping that at the end of this event, when you're going to be sharing about this event tomorrow, you're going to be writing out all the things that come easily for you based on your offering. So for me, I love to write. So part of things we did for our boot camp in the first week was that we wrote literally, in fact, I just crafted a content of, and those contents in minutes. Of course, before the bootcamp, we already come up with our content calendar. Then I realized that, oh, we had a lot of new persons in the bootcamp who probably didn't write normally. We created templates. So based on my knowledge and that season of my life where I was churning out, of course, ideations, writing one medical write-up or the other, one research write-up or the other back to back, kind of gave me a framework. Somebody said we share a strength. Okay, that's awesome. Somebody said your ability to navigate difficult situations. Oh, awesome. Not knowing when to stop and relax sometimes. Okay, so my strength. Oh, that's lovely. That's lovely. But then, of course, we're going to also discuss every other aspect. So now this is us talking about our authenticity, right? So authenticity coming listing out. So that's what I want everybody to do. You're going to list out some of the things that come naturally to you on your strength. Then under your weakness, it might not necessarily be a weakness, but you know that if you had some of these opportunities, they can strengthen some of your weaknesses. So for me, I would say this: for your weaknesses, probably let's say um, you are a what's the word, a data analyst who probably learned because a friend of yours taught you and you're not yet certified for it. So you can just write on the other column of weaknesses, you can just write that I'm yet to get a certification for this particular thing. So now I am saying it in the sense that I'm not even calling weaknesses something that you cannot do. I am calling your weakness something that you can actually just attain. So you just write it beside it, right? So we're already building. So this is our first aspect of our personal brand, right? So now you've been able to ascertain what you can offer to people. So all of us right now know that okay, this is what we want to be doing with our life. This is what we want to be offering people. Awesome. So the next movement is this. The next thing you're going to do is I'm going to bring storytelling right up. But because of course I said for the sake of this event, I want us to be able to remember. So I called it the ABCs, right? So that everybody can easily remember it, right? But then from what I am discussing tonight, once you have decided, oh, this is what I want to do, these are the things I want to bring on board while you are working at getting those certifications. For me, in our masterclass, we believe that anybody can earn. In fact, most of the people who have jumped in on our first class, they start earning immediately because we don't believe that you don't have the skill it takes to earn anything. We don't believe it. You're the one who's telling yourself that you have to get one certificate or the other. All we do is we start earning, then we upskill every single time we upskill. So for those people who are my YouTube, that's exactly what I called my YouTube, upskilling with Dr. Money, right? So it means that you can literally make plans while you are stepping out. You have already made plans of your upskilling. So the next thing we're going to be talking about right now is building storytelling. So now we are now sure that this is what we want. So authenticity now is not saying whether you are fake or not. For the context of Phoenix Gates Group, right? Other people, other places can be witch hunting other persons, saying, this person is fake, this person is not real, or maybe she didn't go to medical school, or maybe she can't speak English. That one, for me, sincerely, with all due respect and the honor I have on everybody, that's not literally what I pay attention to in this season of my life. For me, authenticity is you being able to pay attention to what you can offer now or what you think you can learn and you can start offering now. Okay, so if you're just joining us, please let's improve our attendance. Please go ahead and share this event right now so that we can have more people coming in. Thank you so much. I'll take the time and also spotlight a few persons who did as well. Thank you so much for doing that so far. So now we have talked about authenticity. Now, when you have decided about what you want to share, what you are comfortable with representing, like I said, all these persons we actually named were people who went all in. They were passionate about what they wanted people to know about them, and they went all in on it. We are not a gossip blog. No, all we are interested in is this what you want us to know about you? Well, that's awesome. That's good. So the next thing would be your storytelling. Like I said, when I was my first example just stood out. All the screaming that you see on Michael Jackson concert already were mirrored in most of his movie, like in most of the movies for his videos. I mean, those videos were high budget. I'm yet to see, of course, there are some of those videos that can still compete with our recent guys who seem to be topping the charts. In fact, most people draw inspiration from him. Like I said as well, when I started this conversation, I said it's okay to draw inspiration from anybody. It is not a bad thing to draw inspiration from anybody. Part of the things you might even also want to let the person know shamelessly, I drew this inspiration from you, and I'm honored that you actually stepped out in the first place. And that is why I'm here to also support you along your journey. So for all those people who have been sharing our events, this is exactly what you are saying. I know that you're going to start your event soon. I know you're going to be teaching soon, because everybody who passed through our masterclass, that is essentially what we do. We push you to do what we've been doing because we have results, right? We push you to do what we've been doing. And then, of course, as an OG before IG, I tell you where your pitfalls are likely going to come in and how I can strengthen you. Some of us just have grades, right? But we didn't really have some of those encouragement, those support systems that we are currently offering. So every time you have an opportunity to maybe register for a course that Phoenix Gate is taking, you are literally taking our journey around alongside us. And then, of course, like I said, you take it to the bank. I mean, how can you explain somebody saying at the beginning of this event that she made 2,000 times what she paid? I cannot even think through it. I can't think through it. I know what she paid. And some of you who had chatted me up, you actually probably have seen what we charged for our boot camp. So you know that it's almost nothing, next to nothing. Okay. So now, part of the things you're going to be doing now is you ask after you have paid attention to your storytelling, because I have started talking about storytelling. There are other excellent men and women who are currently on LinkedIn who are geared in the direction of storytelling. I hope that I'm going to bring them up. I'm hoping that also next week I'm going to also have an opportunity to get us, of course, to discuss storytelling. That is our event for next week, so that somebody can come and tell us essentially what how sitting down and meditating within yourself and communicating whatever you are doing in a story can change the trajectory of your brand. Literally, can change the trajectory of your brand, like your brand image, your brand experience. Literally, storytelling is at the peak of it, right? So now we have said again authenticity, then we've talked about storytelling. So now you have balance. Like I said, all these things are not a one-time setup. So I hear people a lot of times saying, don't post. The best advice I'm going to give you, don't post. Well, like I say it again, as somebody who writes literally for a living, who is inspired consistently, who is naturally curious, I will tell you that the more you articulate your story by yourself, the better you tell it. Nobody will tell you this. Some other people will tell you to analyze till you're paralyzed. And that is why some of you who are currently on this live event right now have probably never posted, because you just want that perfect post. Or probably you are amplifying, what did they call it? You're amplifying one small money, consistency money. I mean, sometimes when I think about how much we charge for those classes, I get even embarrassed on my own. But of course, like I said, the idea was so that we charge you not so high that you can't afford, but then also for you to also understand that okay, you are actually paying for this thing. Maybe you'll be a little more serious. Like I said, we've done challenge for the past 4 or 5 months. Yes, the Phoenix Gate operated as a challenge for that long, and we did not collect a dime from anybody. So anybody who is saying anything negative about me, this is me now retelling my story on this LinkedIn that they gave me money prior 4 months, that person is actually not saying the truth. So, but then of course, like I said, based on all the paid camps that we've hosted so far, we've seen that usually when people at least give something, they are usually more serious about what they offer. So now I said again, so the first point is the first framework is authenticity. So if you want it super elaborated, you might want to check my post. I think I posted that on Friday. I broke down everything you need to know about authenticity, literally every single thing you need to know about authenticity on that. And it's not hard, like I said, you just need to come to one about what you consider your strengths, what you consider you can offer, and make a game plan on how you can start improving and offering it on a go. Improving and offering it on a go. I'm very intentional about the energy that I'm giving out tonight, because I don't want you, after watching or listening to this event, you're still wondering if you can offer a service. I don't want that from you, right? I don't want that from you. And I'll still tell you, there was a photo that inspired me that last year. I think I saw it on, I'm not sure now. I saw it on a friend's post, but I think eventually I saw it from someone else's. He just said that you are that thing that you're scared to offer, someone who doesn't know half of the things you know is making 10 times what you are making. So there are people who are currently on this call now who are personal brand strategists times 1 billion, but they are not the ones hosting this live right now. I am hosting it. So I'm telling you why I have the energy to do anything I want to do, literally on this earth. And this is me daring anybody. I'm serious, not in a negative way. I am daring you to start something, because you don't need to have all of it figured out. You don't need all the stars, Jupiter's, Mars, literally name them, Saturn, Mercury aligned before you start offering any of those services. This is part of the things. This is me giving out some of the things that we discussed in the masterclass free of charge to you right now. Okay, so part of the thing is this, right? So we've talked about authenticity, we've talked about what's the word, storytelling. Now the next phase is building trust. So building trust, you have decided. So for me, part of the things I would advise anybody who is currently on this call is, if you are somebody who had never probably paid attention to social media all your life, or you have an opportunity to be a leader, maybe in an on-ground event. For me, I believe that on-ground and online should go pari passu. Now, the advantage of the advantage of online right now is that I have our excellent, what's her name? I have excellent Natalie all the way from the US. I have some couple of excellent persons from the UK right now who are currently on this live event with me, but they are not. How do I explain it? They are currently on this live event with me, but I don't know them in time. But because I am organizing this event, now I have people all across the world listening to me on this particular live that I'm sharing, teaching them personal branding, right? So this is the advantage of an online event. But then if currently in your sphere, what you can afford is an immediate, let's say for this next week, right? That will be rolling out, because like we said, our masterclass ended the last week, and then we are currently getting more people into the cohort. Like I said, if you're interested in the masterclass, just send me a DM right now, say masterclass. Then of course, if you are interested in as well our bootcamp, just send me a DM right now and say bootcamp, so that we can start enrolling already. Like I said, part of the things we're also doing is that we are reviewing. I told most of the people that came into my DM that last week that we are reviewing all our courses, because we know that we are under charging for what we are offering. That one is super true. So let me go right back to my discourse. So now you have decided to be authentic, that you have become one with the idea. So part of the reasons why you can become one with any idea is you need to meditate. A lot of us who are currently on this call, you are a gossip. I'm so sorry. This is me going what did you call it, south on as many as I can currently on this life. Some of you currently are gossips. You can't even pay attention to what it is that you can do with yourself, right? Okay, somebody say something about network. Can you guys all hear me? If you can hear me, just say I can hear you. Just write I see you. I see you. I can hear you. Let's just leave it as that. If you can hear me, just type I see you. I see you. Just say I see you. Yes, that's better. Just say I see you, because someone is complaining about network currently on this live event. So just write I see you. I see you if you can hear and see me, so that I make sure that everybody is currently getting as much light currently on this call. Just write I see you. I see you. Okay, so that's awesome. So for me, back to authenticity. Like I said again, authenticity is not essentially just what you can offer, is what you spend your time on. So, like I said again, a lot of you who are currently on this call, you're a gossip. You don't have money, but you can gossip. I'm so sorry. This is me going Nigerians. So in Nigerian. So if you're currently joining us for the first time, I'm sure you probably joined in late. I introduced myself. My name is Dr. Vivian Magnus. I'm the lead coach for Phoenix Gate. Literally, I am the lead coach for Phoenix Gate. I'm a medical doctor by profession. I am also I write, I'm a content writer, and so many other things. So if you are joining from the beginning, you see some of the things I do. I facilitate, I speak a lot, right? This event happens every week. So like I said, part of the, okay, yes, awesome. Thank you so much, guys, for this is amazing. Thank you so much for this. Awesome, 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 awesome. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, Queen. Thank you, Aisha, for helping bubbling up this piece. That's beautiful. So part of the things also I was saying is, when it comes to authenticity, that I'd forgotten to mention, is that the reason why some of you cannot offer what you are here to offer is because some of you are gossips and super jealous, jobless, literally. So I said again, authenticity is your spending time with what you want to offer, spending time with those ideas that came from your curiosity. So for that to happen, you have to fly light. I say it every single time. For those people who have been following my post, I say it every single time. For you to go far, you need to fly light. You need to pay attention to your ideas. You need to spend time to take those courses. So every time you are expending energy in a wrong direction, you are killing your authenticity. You can't come up with anything nice. You're killing your authentic self, and you don't want that to happen to you. So this is me saying it again. Paying attention to yourself will help you revisit, of course, while you're getting help from a coach like us, and of course the system that we have developed, and paying attention to yourself. One of the things I've noticed is that most of the people who listen to me in our classes, they eventually end up literally going super far. In fact, they do beyond what I tell them to do. And that's because what they spend time with themselves, right? So I said you have become authentic with yourself. You spent time with yourself. You have decided. Somebody said, "You see that gossip there." Okay, so you spent time with yourself. Part of the things you're going to be doing next after paying time is spending time with yourself is telling it as you know, telling your stories with all sincerity and zero lies, telling it as you know, of course. While you are telling the story, now part of the things that people don't understand is that most times at the peak of excellence, right? There's a, that you can get to a point where you can start becoming weak. You're not so interested, or I don't know how to explain that word now, or you are super overwhelmed. Something must keep you breathing. Something must keep you shining. Something must keep you, what's the word? Um, Standing out. It's your curiosity. Your curiosity. I don't know who is more curious than I am. I don't know. Literally, I can sit down. So some of my friends who probably have not conversed from a while for a while with, it's not because I can be looking at their what did they call it, their conversations, and I'm meditating through their ideations. You need to be curious. Yes, for you to build an excellent personal brand, part of the framework you need to maintain. So again, I said it's your A, your B, your C, your S. Pay attention to yourself, your strengths, what you need to get while you're on the journey. Your B, building trust. Okay, your S. So I said we're going to bring our S before that. You start telling your stories. Now, when you're telling your stories, the next thing you need to pay attention to yourself is to start building trust, and trust cannot come. So we have gotten to our B point. Trust cannot come from your with outside your consistency. So the reason why a lot of persons are currently on this life with me is because I have shown up on this live every week on a Sunday, every single week. So you know that when we're talking about transitioning from the audio event into the video event, a lot of us were super anxious because we didn't know what it was going to tell. But because of that energy, the energy that came out from my showing up consistently, as well as my why am I coming out? Someone say I'm curious. So no, no, you can't overdo. We should talk. You can't overdo. Somebody said you need to be curious to build an excellent personal brand. Absolutely, that's so true. So, like I said, because of this consistency, a lot of you have come to trust me that there's no day you're going to come to this event where you will not learn excellence. Most of the times, I literally rehearse for this event. In fact, most of our speakers, very few of them don't I speak with backstage before I come up. So I hear some persons. In fact, on Saturday we do rehearsals. For some of you who are wondering how we pull this off, why we're not like every other person out there. On Saturdays we do rehearsals. Somebody will say, "Well, it's not like they're paying you. Why don't you just come up and say hello, everyone? You guys are looking amazing. Oh wow, nice, 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 nice," and then you move away. Why not do that? No, I have a personal brand to protect, and part of my brand, what did you call it? My brand statement is that I want people to rise, and if I want people to rise, there is a template, there is a framework, there is a beauty that I have decided consistently when I am showing up. I must show up with light enough to transform people from A to B. Like I said again, leadership. For some of you, remember some of our life events, we said leadership is translating someone from A to B. And that's what I tell literally everybody in our masterclass. See, no fear here. The question is, can you move someone from A to B? You better be telling them every day how you can move them from A to B. Then, when you have gotten a few persons who have agreed, even if it's one person that agreed to be moved from A to B, you better tell the story of how you move that person from A to B, and that is what we call your social pros. So now we have gone from authenticity to building to telling our stories, then building trust. We said building trust can only come from your consistency. The more you show up, the more competent you become. So I told you guys that. So I actually currently have some speech defects that make me stammer sometimes, and I usually stammer when I want to probably express myself fully. But I told myself, I think was it the first week or when we started the video event, I told you guys, you people will see me tire because I've made up my mind. So sorry if you're from other countries. See me tire simply means that you're going to see me. I've committed myself on this journey to consistently show up before you all, right? Right? Or of course, set up a system that will consistently show up before you all. That's exactly what I'm saying now. So that means everybody now knows that by 5 p.m. GMT plus one, there is a Phoenix Gate event that is holding on Sundays. So that is what building trust can offer you. So now you have started showing up consistently. You are ensuring that you're keeping your curiosity high. Okay, you're keeping. Let me spotlight some of the things that people are saying. Okay, somebody said, "Oh, thank you so much, sir. I really, really appreciate you as well. Awesome, thank you." Somebody said, "There's something about being excellent. It opens doors for you." Absolutely, Tammy, Dr. Tammy, that's so true. Isaac said that personal branding excellence. Yes, that's so true. Okay, awesome. Thank you so much, Natalie. I can see you. Thank you so much for that as well. Okay, so this is essentially me still saying this, right? That when you have part of the things you would want to do for yourself is to consistently fuel your curiosity. As you fuel your curiosity, you repeat it, you update. So that's why we said personal branding is not a one-time thing. You have to consistently upgrade, upgrade, upgrade. And part of the things that I will say again when it comes to being your personal brand, don't be scared to do anything that would improve your presentation to anybody. So like I said, a lot of persons are still writing their posts anyhow currently on LinkedIn, or having challenges with their consistency. They can be given 1,001 reasons why they are not consistent and be feeling like, oh, it's everybody should understand. But you are affecting your personal brand. You're not showing up as a true you. People don't know who you are. People don't know who you are because you are not consistently showing up. You are injuring your personal brand. And some of you, for how much? That's what I tell myself. I am not afraid to spend. In fact, as I speak to you, I am currently looking for courses where I will come. In fact, yeah, I think as of last week, I had to call one of the main people that you would consider maybe the LinkedIn stars or whatever, and told the person, I said, okay, this is me. I have come to report myself, right? All I want to let you know is that for the next quarter, I plan to come on board when it comes to probably you mentoring me on and giving me some form of guidance. I was like, you're already super good. I said, no, please. You know the story of Jesus and John the Baptist. They said, yes, permit it to be so, right? So I told myself, I said, okay, don't worry, since you already seem to know the ropes. Anytime, just call me. I am going to be open to you. I said, no, sir, I want it to be paid. I want to know that at this particular time, I'm paying you to have access to you for something. And guess what? Every single time I'm going to show up at that place, I am going to be carrying my writing materials because I know that I have paid for it. Some of you, the main thing that is coming between you and your personal brand is because you are holding onto a seed. Like I told you guys, yes, I said I was going to also discuss that today because some of you are eating your seeds. So you just earned from a business and literally you can't even see anything around you. Of course, you will buy the gadgets. I was telling some of the people in my masterclass, of course. So you know that your personal brand, you are going to be on LinkedIn a lot. You're going to buy those webcams, those excellent webcams that when someone comes into your life event, I'm sure some of you are having a different experience because you're actually in this life. I'm sure you've noticed that this is not how other life events are. It's money. And guess what? Personal brand can require excellence is money. So in a nutshell, yes. If you want me to discuss okay. Oh, thank you so much, China. So that's so lovely. Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate. Somebody said, "Oh, Louise, well, thank you so much. Awesome." So I'm coming into the comment section to check. Somebody said, "No one is an island." You say Highland. Oh, that's lovely. I still love the way you communicated it. Thank you so much, sir. Okay, awesome. So part of the things also that I'm sharing as well for everybody who is currently on this call is this: don't be as afraid to make that investment that would put you to another level. And when Yes, yes. So Temi is still reminding me. That's awesome. Thank you so much for reminding me this. She said you have to give up something to go up. So some of you, the reason why your personal brand is not even something to write home about is that you are holding back your seed, right? This is not me preaching, but then of course, if you're a believer, know that seeds are not essentially just spiritual seeds. You should also know that it's okay to have seeds in your career. Some of you, the reason why you are not shining effortlessly, like Dora Akunyili, God bless her soul, and Dr. Ngozi Konjewala, is because some of you, just a particular course you were supposed to take, you did not want to take that course. And now you can be swearing up and down that there's no money, but even the little money you have, you're not willing to part with it. So, like I said, for some of you, yes, somebody said eating the seed. Yes. So it means that this for every time money comes into your business, you are supposed to actually separate some. This is now under curiosity. You're supposed to separate a part of that money. Sometimes you might just want to call it a 10%, right? of whatever money that came in, where you actually skill up. Okay, so skill up. When we're talking about the bootcamp, like I said, this is also part of the things you can be getting from this bootcamp. For our masterclass, you even have an opportunity to have a one-on-one, this depending on, of course, the subscription level you decide to go up for. So this is me again saying that you literally have to separate a certain aspect that you can call your development, what do they call it, your development goals or seed. You can class all that under your curiosity. So if you're currently on this call, right, I just hope that you're paying attention right now to, what's the word, you're being able to separate. Yeah, somebody said using money to make money. That is it. Literally, that is it. And it's not just, it doesn't just happen in one place. So curiosity can be in relationships. You might need to pay a little more attention to those people who are okay, awesome. Awesome. Skill up in proportion to your financiers. So you might, part of the things you will need to do is also to pay attention to specific areas where you need to go up, where you need to go up, you need to pay attention for that particular area. Yeah, so let me look into the comment sections. So if you're with me so far, just type got it. Got it is GI. Just write GI. Let me be sure that we are currently on this call. I can see some amazing persons all the way from Facebook. People, please comment. I can see you all here, but I am wondering why I can't see you right now. So just go ahead and comment. Let me be sure that you're here with me. Just write got it, GI. Just write got it. Just write got it. Let me be sure that we're all on this call together. Go ahead. Let me see that. I want to see your got it. Got it. Go ahead. GI. Awesome. I want to be sure that we're all on this call together. Well, today is a very interesting day. I will tell you guys some of the stories of excellence. I will tell God of this day. Hey, God, today is an amazing day. Please, if you're just joining as well, please, awesome. Awesome. Yeah, so yes, you can actually say got it from where. So he said got it from Philly. Thank you so much, Philly. Thank you so much, Michael, for that. Okay, so let me spotlight all the got it. Hey, good to see you, Chisom. Chisom, we need to create an event for mental health. Please, let's talk. Okay, but it won't be next week though. Next week we're gonna be doing storytelling. Awesome. Got it. That's good. I'm super excited that we're all on this. So, like we said, we have gone from authenticity, we have gone to storytelling, then we have now touched essentially building consistency, then curiosity. So we said under curiosity, oh, good to see you. Yes, good. Yes. So my YouTube family are now commenting. Please, my YouTube family, the Vincent family, please help us share because we want as many people to come in from YouTube. Oh, this is awesome. Chisom, you're also from YouTube. That's awesome. So we're really, really pushing. Good. So we say if we truly believe in ourselves, Natalie said if we truly believe in ourselves, it should not be difficult to invest in ourselves. Awesome. Awesome. I put money. Oh, she saves money into her continuous personal and professional development. She's not rich, but she's fairly comfortable. Awesome. Thank you so much, Natalie. Natalie, you should be in the next masterclass because there are certain things I know that you can do. Somebody said, wait for somebody's okay. Awesome. Okay, awesome. Okay, Chinas, I'm not sure I understood that. Okay, so oh, is this really true that my captions are covering the entire slide? Oh, okay, let me take this out then. Oh, I'm so sorry about that. I didn't know about this. Okay, but I think I can see it from this. I said maybe it's a setting of your device because I can actually see it here and um, it's not showing that. Okay, awesome. This is beautiful. Okay, awesome. So we have essentially talked about curiosity. So I said part of your curiosity is big your ability to invest in whatever you believe that okay you should be doing now. Aisha, thank you so much. Good to see you stay till this point. Okay, awesome. So we're going to be going straight to our next slide. Okay, so why does your personal brand matter? Why do you think you need to pay attention to what you're offering? Somebody said yes, part of it. Awesome, yes. The lower part, yes, that's good. That's just true. Okay, so for me, when it comes to curiosity, I actually budget especially for my curiosity. In fact, I'm not scared to spend all I have to go up. Currently, like I said, that's essentially what I'm looking for. There's something I'm looking to invest a very huge chunk of my investment in, especially when it comes, of course, yeah, as you all know, we have a habit for real estate on this life. We brought several real estate Okay, so okay, yes. So I think it's from her own end. Yes, we have several real estate persons that have come on this, but we'll still bring more real estate people because we actually believe in what paying attention and as well, what do they call it? Growing our finances or investing. But I said as well, personal development is also part of the investment you need to pay attention to. So part of the reason why you need to pay attention to your personal brand is this. Like me, I was telling my story at some point during this life. I even almost cried, right? Because I knew that there was a time in my life where I was in a position where I didn't communicate essentially what I offered, right? I just considered myself as being shy. So there was somebody who was currently on this life who was saying something about her, that that's one trouble she has, that she doesn't really know how to tell people that she didn't really, yes, this is what it interprets, yes, that she didn't know how to tell people, um, she's very shy to communicate what she does. So I'll tell you this: if you're super shy to communicate what you do at this point in your life, please get ready. Get ready. Your ideas will no longer be yours. And guess what? I don't know. That's how it happens under the heavens, right? In the sense that every idea that is communicated to you. So guess what? That 5 months ago, when we started our LinkedIn life events, there are probably, let's say, 500 other persons who are currently in Nigeria, sitting somewhere in Abuja, where this ideation was also given, but they did not pay attention to it. And literally, they didn't pay attention and they did not move forward. For us, the reason why it was super easy for us to pivot from audio to LinkedIn Live was because already we're comfortable doing our lives weekly. So whether it was audio or video, it was not our business. The only thing we decided to do was that we were going to leverage and still increase other platforms since we have an opportunity to increase our reach. So this is me telling you again, your personal brand matters because it can increase your visibility. And also, when you are always around, just imagine that, okay, let's say now I help people earn money right now on LinkedIn. Literally, that's what I do. In everything around the Phoenix Gates Masterclass is, at the end of it, we have people who have made millions from there. Millions. In fact, I will not hold my mouth. Somebody, you heard one of them who came on live, right? She was from the boot camp and she literally earned times, of course, how much did I charge for the course? It was um barely four, is it four figure, 5 figures or 4 figures, and she actually paid for it and she has made 2,000 times that. So you guess what, when you start becoming more visible, you are the one that will easily be remembered. Somebody said if you can pay you can earn. Yes, that's so true. Somebody said what you pay attention to grows. Awesome, this is lovely. I love what's going on here. But that's where I am, oh, but I've gathered momentum. Awesome. Yeah, so I understand what Lois is saying. When you get to a point where you have an idea but you are not sharing it, by the time you don't share these ideas, I'm telling you the truth, people will steal your ideas flat. And guess what? Not everybody is kind enough to spotlight you when you have inspired them. For me, I've seen it every single time. Not everybody is kind enough to spotlight you when you inspire them. So if you see, for me, that's why every single time I have an opportunity to see people post and they mention my name, I say it with all sincerity. I tell them I honor you. Thank you so much for the mention. I tell them outrightly, thank you so much for the mention. Thank you for attesting to the fact that, okay, I inspired you in this direction. So that's why you must come out and tell your story yourself. So okay, so let me see what someone is saying. So many of the LinkedIn can be watched if you're awesome. He said, I never knew you were such an amazing teacher. Yes, I teach. So I was telling some people some of my story when the first time I went on a live on TikTok. I mean, I spoke so well that somebody else was speaking and they were sending me money. So TikTok, like I told my community when we started about 5 months ago, we said we will go from one social media platform to the other, and we started our journey already. So like I said, do well to jump on the bus. So back to my thoughts, I was able to spotlight some of our conversations. Your personal brand matters because not everybody who wants to buy anybody who wants to buy anything from anybody at all will buy something from the person who they see, they know, they can feel. So this is all still going back to our event for last week. So if you missed our last week's event, you might just want to go and watch it after this live event. We talked about the SHF. They want to see you, they want to hear you, they want to feel you. So if you are not paying attention to your personal brand, you will not even know why you need to show up, right? So for us at the bootcamp, our personal brand is that we show up from 6 thereabouts. So it means that if you come around by 6 a.m., you're going to be seeing a lot of people saying 21 days implementation with Dr. Vivian Magnus. You're literally going to see it all across platform. So this is us also paying commitment to what we do. So like I said again, people only buy from people they see, they know, and they can feel. So that's part of the things you need to pay attention to. That's one great way to monetize, right, your personal brand. So we are going very closer to the end of this event. So just stay close with me. You guys are super amazing. I mean, you guys don't know what is happening backstage. I'll list you guys right at the end of this event. But it's super exciting. I'll let you on that. Awesome. Somebody said I'll definitely watch it. Awesome. Please go ahead. Okay, so part of the stages I would want you to pay attention now. So if you see everything that we have discussed tonight, right, for you to have a successful personal brand, one of the things you need to do is just like when you see this discovery, essentially, our discovery is our authenticity, being able to stay with what you have known that you can offer. Like I said, it's not about what you cannot offer, it's about what you can offer. Your passion, your strength, the people. Okay, so like I said, the ABCDS, there's an E there, empowering people. The goal is if you are selfish, money is gonna be super far from you. I don't know how to explain it. Money is gonna be super far from you. So some of you are literally eating your next phase. You are eating your cost monies and all that. So the goal is this: target audience, your people. You're gonna, as much as possible, take your eyes away from yourself onto the persons, right? So we talked about number one, right? Discovery, which is authenticity. So in your discovery is that you've become one with whatever it is you want to offer. You would want to pay attention to yourself, meditate, stop the gossip, stop the jealousy, stay within yourself, be comfortable in your own space, take out time. So for those who are believers, you might want to fast, meditate, sit down with those ideations that you've always had for the last few years and just sit on it. That's what discovery is. Once you sit on it, you can never go wrong. So like I said, for development is where we talked about curiosity. So I'm just breaking it down for you, right? Curiosity. So you might want to as well craft a brand story. Like I told you the brand story for Phoenix Gate. I told you guys what happened to me and how eventually I had to take on to building my online presence, because never. So if you're currently on this life and you've never been an online person, well, you're welcome to me. I've never been an online person as well, but this is where we are. Something happened and I knew that, come on, people are amplifying these things out of proportion. All you have to do today is to sit down and choose a particular direction and get certified and do it. Okay, so if you're currently on this life and you have heard me so far, and I would want you to support somebody else. Just say do it. I want you to just write do it in the comment section. Just write DI all through this comment section. Do it. Okay, awesome. So the next part we're going to be doing is this in our stages of course, building a successful personal brand, is that you would need to launch it. So this is where we talked about our storytelling, right? And also, like I said, empowering other people. So we put them together under the launch. So build a loyal following, establish partnership. Like I said, for me, when we all started, of course, there were a lot of people who were looking down on me because they didn't know the energy of my wins. Like I said, it's important that you win. It's important that you win. You know, some people can be telling you it's not about this, it's not about that. This is me. Take it from Dr. Ginger, Dr. Money. It's important that you win, right? Because that energy can be transferred. So for people in the masterclass, they know I tell them this or every single time. Energy can be transferred from one form to another, but not destroyed. This is me bringing in the laws of physics. Thank God I'm a science student. I've seen it. It means that if you at least have won in something, so probably now, let's say you were a personal assistant, right? And something happened and you lost your job and you currently just came on LinkedIn. Don't come and be positioning yourself and be saying, oh, I lost my job everywhere. That's just the story you want to build. You're going to start with asking yourself, where are the virtual assistant communities currently on this live event? How do I join them? For us in Phoenix Kids, we have countless number of persons. To mention of a few, I think let me mention a few virtual assistant communities that I know. I think Omotoyosi is there, then Horse Falls is there, and a few other persons who are deep into what do they call it, virtual assistant. The first thing you want to do is to establish partnership. They might not have all you need, but at least they have moved from where you are to another place. That's where you actually need to come in. Just leverage on people's wins. So I said, by the time you have leverage on people's win, you when you pay attention to yourself and not giving yourself to some of those things that waste people's time, you find out that you will even do better. So I've told people, all the people who have come into my masterclass, in fact, one emotion that I share. So in the first week of our masterclass, I mean, after discussing what everybody should do and what people should carry out, we came up with a framework, a template that I can't share here. I'm so sorry. I guess that's where I also find a way to also ensure that I bring people in, right? One of the things we did was we got people to grow their communities. When the one person was telling me that she grew her community to 700, Phoenix Gate, when we started, we grew our community to 250 in 1 week, right? So hearing somebody build 700 by applying what I taught them was staggering. But then it simply means that these things work, right? So, like I said, your growth is dependent on your continuous learning, your ability to adapt, and as well expand your reach. Awesome. So we're gradually coming to the end of this event today. I would just you guys something. This is super beautiful. I'm so grateful. So these are ways that you can decide. There are lots of frameworks literally around monetization. I will not share everything here tonight. Like I said, it's also still part of our, what did they call it? It's also still part of our event. Even last week, some of these things, if you have been consistently joining us, you figure out that we have consistently shared some of these ideations before now. Okay, yes, somebody said big vibes only. Awesome. Okay, so yes, I can see the Vixens family. Thank you so much. I'll check that YouTube out. Okay, so part of the things that we have consistently done on this life is that we are sharing nuggets. And guess what? I will also share some secrets, right, with us as we are going on. So awesome. So now, after you've done all this, you can see that all you now need is a hand, someone who will lead you in the direction to ensure that everything, all these steps, like for me, part of the things I do when they come back to me, somebody said, oh, when I'll give them ideations, they go ahead and do what's on their mind. Well, that's the beautiful thing about for how we operate as the Phoenix Kids. We have our templates, but we leave you open to your own curiosity. So part of the things I will realize is that when people go out and they come back, they will tell me, oh, they were able to apply this one, but then if they don't apply this, it will affect. So essentially, this is what I'm trying to tell you now. There's one also excellent, one beautiful way you can consistently stay abreast with your personal brand is, like I said, under your curiosity, being able to have people who are going to hold their hands with you. Okay, so this is me also celebrating all those people. Somebody said, okay, so let me go right back into our conversation. Hey, Bobby says I'm a genius. Wow, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Somebody said every time spent here is worth it. Thank you so much, Naza. I really appreciate it. I appreciate you. Say doing it smartly yields better results. Absolutely, Mohammed. I truly, truly believe that. So for us, tonight I have, like I said, if you missed out on last week's event, just go ahead and churn through it. For the rest of the sessions, we would have all these discussions. For all the people who are currently in our masterclass who are graduating today, I'll still say congratulations again. Somebody said I heard how. Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate all of you for staying true to this point, right? Okay, so I would. This is me now getting super vulnerable. Let me be vulnerable. Should I? Somebody, if okay, I want to be vulnerable. Somebody say, please be vulnerable. Just write, please be vulnerable on the comment section. Let's see. Please be vulnerable. That's PBV. PBV. Let me see how many persons who are currently on this live with me. Just write PBV. I want it all across live, whether you're on Facebook, you're on LinkedIn, you're on YouTube. Go and write PBV. Go ahead. I am anticipating. I will not move beyond here if people don't say anything. Right? I want to see us. I want to see us comment on this live event. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. I'm waiting on you all. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Please be vulnerable. Thank you so much, Isaac. I can see you. Okay, yes, it's coming in now. Okay, so there was a please be vulnerable. Yes, PBB, thank you, LinkedIn user. Thank you, thank you. Awesome. Thank you so much, Ruth. Thank you so much. Thank you, Chine. Oh my God, my excellent mama. Yes, she was in our cohort one, and she went on to host her live event after nearly how many years? I think was it 15 years? Mrs. Chinaya, you can remind me here so that everybody can see you. After how many years did you go back to hosting your events? I really learned a lot tonight. Thank you so much. So let me be vulnerable. Somebody said, please be vulnerable. Ah, oh my God. This is a lot, Natalie. I really, really appreciate that. Said until I came to Dr. Vivian Martin's Phoenix Gate Sunday event, my less than stellar writing esteem was low. This came across within my post. I came, don't worry. Like I said, just join into the next cohort. You're literally going to be here. Thank you so much, Temi. My Dr. Temi. Dr. Temi is currently on call. She was actually supposed to be one of our speakers, but she's currently on call, so she can't. So she's literally listening in from the hospital. No, I have people, guys. I have people. Awesome. So somebody said, please be vulnerable. Guess what, guys? I this is me being vulnerable. I didn't really want this on tape, but because I want you to get to a point here. So I have a YouTube person saying that. Says somebody say, wow, that's huge. That's super true. So she's listening in from the hospital. So she was supposed to speak tonight, but somebody said waiting for the V. Okay, yes. So I'm actually becoming vulnerable now. Guess what, guys? When I was preparing for this event, I was, oh my goodness. So you see, she has said it. Okay, so after 2021, she was not able to host her event, but after she joined our masterclass, she hosted a live event. And I know that live events are super draining. Even online events can be, but not as much as live. Yes. Okay, yes. Awesome. So, okay. So this is me being vulnerable, right? So I am going to be apologizing on behalf of the Phoenix Gates group. Guess what, guys? Something while I was preparing for this event, like I said, I have always been super excited to share. In fact, this topic was right at the crux of my heart. Guess what? My two lead speakers for the night probably are experiencing some challenges, so they did not show up. So okay, so Mrs. I'm apologizing on behalf of Miriam. I think something happened with her. I think something happened with their own source. So this is me now because of our flyer, because this is also me, part of me being excellent and protecting the Phoenix Gates personal brand. Yes. So she called in a bit late saying that okay, she's having some challenges, she's not able to connect. So then I think Ari, I'm considering the fact that probably the time zone is a challenge. She was supposed to be here about an hour ago. And guess what? When I was preparing for this event, my spirit just told me to go ahead and just prepare as though I was going to be speaking alone. And everything you heard tonight was not essentially prepared for. So this is me being vulnerable. I did not really prepare to say anything I said tonight, but I just had it in mind. I just told myself, what if I've always had asked myself, what if you invite people and then something happens and they don't turn up? What's gonna happen? So I'm hoping that everybody who is currently on this live event would have taken a cue. Okay, so Chinasa said your use. Also, my DM is open. So yeah, somebody is hailing. That's a great testimony. Yes. So awesome. Thank you so much, Isaac, for that testimony as well. So meeting you. Yes, this is my excellent mommy Olushola. So meeting you on LinkedIn and being in the masterclass. Mommy Olushola supports me every single part of the way. Every single part of the way. And you think that, I mean, what part of the surprise is the way she literally will just, one, she just sent me the money straight. And it was so exciting. Thank you so much, Ma. I am, I am appreciative of you. Yes. So you can see that I could have as well just came on this live event and I'll start apologizing to everyone that my speakers were not able to show up. And then I'll tell you guys that till next week. But I'm hoping that you learned something. So I've also created a brand story tonight, right? I've also created a brand story tonight because I know that a lot of persons are literally going to be going into their events after everything I said tonight, that you have woken up not to listen to people who are actually bringing you down or anything at all, right? To pay attention to some of those opportunities so that you don't live your life and your story to someone else. So we could have literally came on this live and then I'll start telling you guys the stories of how speakers did not show up, and then I'll be dragging party, what's the word, dragging pity party from all across the world. But like I said, I'm hoping that everybody needs to pay attention. So let me go right back in to the comments and just highlight what everybody said. Somebody said that's the spirit of this. Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate. Somebody said, the Holy Spirit. and putting hard work. Okay, and putting hard working in check. Absolutely. I believe it. I believe it. Chinaza said, "Wow, yes, that's exactly what happened." So everything you heard tonight was a backup plan. Somebody said it truly that ever prepared me. Smile me. Thank you so much, Ada. I really, really appreciate you. Then um Jake said, "Thank you for this amazing session. Your preparation is something to take note of for unplanned events." Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Okay, yes. So this is Isaac. Miss Chinanya is also spotlighting you as well. Um, Dr. Ego said, "Wow, ever ready? Thank you so much. Absolutely, this was what the wow. Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate you, Dr. Timmy. I really, really appreciate you. Yes, awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Awesome. So okay, so for the okay, somebody said thank you so much, Ladis. Yeah, she's still in the studio with me. I'm going to bring you up shortly. Whenever you're ready, just let me know so that I can bring you up shortly because we'll soon be rounding off soon. We'll just make our offers and then we'll round up soon. Yeah, so I'm still waiting on everybody. So I'm hoping that you will not leave your life to chance. So, like I said again, I told you guys about MJ and his intentionality about dishing out what he wanted to experience. So, if you would want to go back to his biopics, just go and see some of those videos prepared him to the experiences that he had on the life event. So, I'll say it again. Everything about personal brand is you being intentional. So, I became vulnerable this night so that you can know that I will not tell you guys that certain persons are going to come and then I will show up to teach. No, is that also part of excellence is as well to do your own due diligence. So you're not quiet because you're not teaching not because you don't know or you have not done your due diligence, but you are just an energy under control. So let me go right back and spotlight as many. Somebody regardless, the spirit of excellence learn. Okay, learn a lot from tonight's meeting. Thank you so much. Yes, that's beautiful. So let me spotlight everybody else. He said, "Thank you so much, Doctor. This is igniting and enlightening. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you." Okay, yes, thank you so much, Dr. Ginger. I have some questions for you. Yes. So please go ahead if you have any questions so far for what you've learned. Yes, so we can start taking our questions already because we will soon be out of here. Like I said, I was able to apologize. Somebody said you are amazing, ma'am. Someone who doesn't know what you know is making 10 times what you're making right now. Yes, yes, that's so true. And that's I don't own that statement, by the way. Like I stand to be. Let me take it back because I saw how you quoted me. That's not originally mine. I would in my tomorrow's post, I would literally spotlight the person who made that statement. But I want you to have it in mind now, so that if there's anything that is literally holding you back, you can start doing now. Start doing now. For me, I used to say it again: courage is a currency, consistency is a currency, visibility is a currency. So choose what to spend and when. Okay, so this one now belongs to me. So you can quote me on that. Okay, so somebody said, "My pleasure." Okay, awesome. So I was able to spotlight. Say you are the best man. Thank you so much. Thank you. I really appreciate you. Thank you so much. Okay, so amazing stepping into the gap when awesome. Thank you. Thank you so much. So I'm going to be taking questions now. So if you have any questions, you can ask niche specific questions, right? You can just ask me niche specific questions. Maybe if you're confused about what you want to do and all that. Like I said, for tonight, I have two offers, right? And for from 12 midnight today, I'm going to be reviewing all of them. All of them. God knows all the people who are in the boot camp. I literally we had for the first week we had reviews every day. Live sessions were confused. What I mean by stack, that's why I showed you somebody who it was her first time to post on LinkedIn and she ghosted after posting, having 500 comment 500 reactions and about 100 unreplied comments. So it means that the person listening. So most of the people, even in my masterclass, if they get to join the masterclass, even once, somebody came, had been missing the class and she just entered once. I think I'm going to spotlight her, Precious Frank, once and literally, you guys, most of the people who are currently making noise on LinkedIn, we had some points, they had an opportunity, I had an opportunity to be a part of their growth process. Most of the people who are into the business side, like I said, of making their offers. Like I told you, it's another thing to be excellent at what you do. And then there is a business side. And I've told you guys, I was born in money, right? I was born in money. So that's why these things come super, super easy for me. And everybody who literally does what did you call it? Everything I tell them, they always get their results. So this is me. Okay, somebody said someone who doesn't know. Yes, yes. So network. Oh, I'm so sorry. Thank you so much. Yes. So please send me a message right now. The current cost for the bootcamp is going to be just in by 12 midnight. We are taking it up. So if you're willing to join the bootcamp, just send me a DM. And I think I can see Ari in the building. Please, guys, if you are currently here, I think she just, oh my God, Ari, I almost cried. We barely have some minutes to the end of the event. Let me bring her up. Okay, guys, if you are on this call and you want to see Ari, just write Ari, Ari for the win, Ari for the win. Please go ahead and say Ari for the win, Ari for the win. Just I want you to say, even if she's gonna talk. Oh my goodness, let me bring her up. Oh my goodness, you know what the time is? You know what the I had already finished crying. I've literally cried. I've told them that we broke their hearts because of course, we're discussing personal brand, and it doesn't make sense that I had put you up, and it will seem like literally we said Ari was gonna come, and then we didn't see the powerhouse again. So if you're on this call, please help us share. Please help us share this event. She is up. Even if we're gonna listen to whatever she has for us, I think there must be a mix-up. What happened?
Actually, it was not so much that mishap, but the mishap of everything going on with TikTok right now. I actually have a brand deal going on over there, and so it was a meeting that had to happen quickly about what it is, the repositioning of things, which is a great conversation here to have with your people, right? And so, yeah, so I apologize for not making it until now, but I am definitely here, and I'm excited about sharing with whoever it is that's left here. Because, whoever is here was meant to be here.
Awesome. So please help us share. So you can just write Ari for the win. You could just write, yes, thank you so much for that. Let me spotlight that as well. Please help us share the events, and I'll be handing over the mic. Ari, the mic is yours. Just go ahead and tell us whatever you have for us tonight. And congratulations on your deal. And then I knew that it's going to be a little bit hazy for a lot of persons, especially in the US. Our prayers goes out to you sincerely. And then maybe also being able to leverage other platforms. That's why we keep saying building in public, building in other platforms, so that when something happens, you can as well just go out with your what did you call it, your clients. But then the mic is yours. Let's hear the story. You can actually just tell us what led to that place, and then we could also just learn as well what is currently going on, what is happening with TikTok, and as well discuss personal branding. Thank you so much. The mic is yours.
Yeah, no, thank you. And hello, everyone. So nice to be here with you guys and sharing. I'm sure that everything that you've received already to this point is a wealth of amazing information. So I'm only going to be adding on another layer to that. And that comes with, yes, what is happening with TikTok right now is a huge learning lesson for any creator that's out there, right? Because I know you have heard folks say, you need to go to multiple platforms. You need to go to multiple platforms. You need to be able to diversify where people see you. So that is extremely important as a personal brand. And know that even if you haven't done that, and even if, oh my gosh, I've only been at TikTok and you're in the United States, I'm specifically only speaking for those there, right? Because we're no longer on TikTok right now. However, because I have diversified, because I'm on other platforms, it's just conversations that I'm having, right? Pivoting conversations. However, for all of my lovely personal branding folks that are all here, let me tell you what an amazing opportunity this is presenting to content creators right now. Because what is happening is that there are many corporations and companies that had placed a lot of money behind people, creators on TikTok. Now they're all confused. Now they're going, where do we go for our people? How do we sell our products? How do we position ourselves? You know how? You know how? With you. With you. This is an amazing opportunity. I need people to stop crying. I need people to stop talking on other social media platforms about how horrible this is. I need you to focus your energy on the opportunity that presents itself for you as someone who is representing a personal brand. Okay, so here we go. First and foremost, I need you to understand and know that you are your personal brand wherever you go. Whether you're on TikTok, whether you're at the grocery store, whether you're at school, even if you're at home. Why would you say when you're at home, Ari? Well, Let me tell you right now, where am I videoing from? My home. When I go to a family member's house, or when I go out with whomever, for us single ladies, even with the men or the men with the women, whatever it is, wherever I'm at, you know where I take me? Me, everywhere. So if I'm a personal brand, I'm going to represent myself as my brand. So how I look, how I speak, how I behave, the places that I go to matter. Why? Because everybody has that wonderful little camera phone in their hand ready to capture the moment, right? And so all the moments that we want captured is us. And that's why it's so important to be authentic in who we are. Because if you're not, I promise you, you're one snapshot, one picture, one video away from getting canceled. So understand that you take you wherever you go, which means that you need to identify, who am I? That is the big question that you need to ask yourself when people say, hey, Ari, when I want to, like, what is my personal brand? I don't know. What is your personal brand? You need to sit down with yourself and figure it out, what it is you actually excel at, what it is, because people are going to, by the way, buy you first and foremost. You are not the only one that has X, Y, or Z product, right? You are not the only one that has X, Y, or Z service. But let me tell you, nobody can be Ari Medrano. Nobody can be you. What is your secret sauce? What is it about you that uniquely positions you for someone to only want to work with you? And what is that? Because let me tell you right now, if you don't know, sweetheart, no one else is going to go, oh, well, let me tell you, this is why I want to hire you, just for this thing that you haven't shown anybody about you. And quite frankly, let me be real with you. Not that I'm not real all the time, because if you know me, I give it to you straight with no chaser. So I'm just giving you a heads up right now. That's what this is. People are going to be able to identify things about you, right? You need to understand what you want identified about you and polarize that in a very big way, right? And so with me, what do people know about me? People know that I'm a big, bold personality, and that doesn't change anywhere. Quite frankly, some people may want it to change, like when I'm at going to some people call it, funeral services, other people calling it, I call it graduating to heaven. I'm the one that's still sitting there smiling, blessing God for taking that beautiful soul, like in a good way, right? Because I'm believing you're not going somewhere else, but you're going with Jesus. Like, I'm taking it to the extreme, I know, but I'm telling you, my brand goes everywhere. I find the beautiful lining in everything and anything. Why? Because it's not just my brand, it's who I am and who I be. Who are we? What are we creating out there so that someone stops and says, you know what, out of the 10,000 administrative assistants that are out there, out of the 10,000 makeup artists that are out there, I want to work with Sally. I want to work with Ari. Why? Because every time I see Ari, she's smiling. Every time I see Ari, she has something positive to say. Every time I see Ari, she gives it to you straight with no chaser. And you know what? I don't like to waste that kind of time. I don't like to waste time, right? And or who is the audience that Ari brings? Who is the audience that you bring? Who are you bringing to the table? It's so incredibly important. How you speak, what you look like, what your everydays are. What is your story? What is your story? Your story needs to be engaging, compelling. And if you don't know my story, where have you been? Because I am known as the 1% medical miracle that went from wheelchair to dance floor in 21 days. Why is it important that I was paralyzed and I'm now walking? It shows you my grit. It shows you that I absolutely believe and have the authority that all things are possible, come what may. I have receipts for the things that I talk about, right? I don't just speak about it, I be about it. What are you being about? What are you being about? When I look at your calendar, when I look at your dailies, when I look at the places that you are, how are you showing up? Because it absolutely matters. People want to know if they can trust you. People want to know, do I like you? And it's okay, not everybody's going to like you. By the way, you don't want them to. I am not for everybody. I tell everybody that, and I'm okay with that, because not everybody is going to understand my value, and by the way, pay for it, because it is expensive to be me. When I show up on a stage, or when I show up at a conference, or if someone says, oh, if you can't just stop by, do you know what it costs me to stop by? Do you know what my clothing costs? Do you know what my jewelry costs? I know that I'm of high value. I am high value. I actually very much dress high value, which, by the way, is how I am a brand ambassador for Anne Fontaine. Did you know that? I get gowns sent. The last gown that I wore was a $5,000 gown that was sent to me. Do you think they would send that to me if I was someone just walking around in t-shirt and shorts and tennis shoes all day long? No, absolutely not. But because how I represent myself, because when they see me on video, pictures, whatever that's out there is of the highest quality. What does my background look like right now? Am I sitting at inside of a trailer? Am I, no shade to anyone in a trailer. Maybe that's your brand. It is, you don't have to, I'm not telling you to be me. I'm sharing with you to be you, authentically you, 100%. Because even if you were in a trailer, trust and know, by the way, people who own the lands and trailer parks, so much money, so much money. If you were like a fun character, they would go, oh my gosh, I want John to be talking about my trailer park, and I'm going to give him for 12 months a $50,000 deal to mention me on their podcast. That's how this works. I would like to also just open your mind. I know I don't have a lot of time. I'm just trying to get it all in. Okay, thank you. I want you to also expand your mind on it not only being the exchange of, monies or exchange of service one time, right? Meaning just one person in front of you. You can actually have sponsorship deals, right? And not just with, the mom and pop shop, which, by the way, I have a mom and pop shop that I'm working right now to only mention just in mentioning their names, only in mentioning their names for a certain amount of time, $5,000. That's it. I'm not doing anything extra for them. I'm not creating anything extra, but what they are paying me for is for my audience, the value that I bring, and the location that I'm in. It's important to talk about where you're at. It's important to talk about the places that you go eat. It's important to talk about the places that I shop at. I'm creating a story. Do you see there's a theme when it comes to Ari? So any place that I go on different platforms, not just TikTok, right? In my stories, you will see my life in the background, not just what's on the profile. That's very much curated for a reason, right? A one-shot deal. But then people get to know me, like me, trust me, and then want to purchase from me or partner with me. But I have to give them a reason to do that. And the only way I can do that is by actually being me in all the places, in all the spaces, and 100% relevancy, right? About who you are and or someone else may want to partner with you. Relevancy plus frequency, which means you showing up in all the places and the spaces, equals currency. I hope y'all wrote that down. So relevancy plus frequency equals currency. But you need to be consistent. Yes, it's expensive to be me. So what is it about you, right? What is it about you that separates you? And maybe it is a real just come to yourself moment where you need to sit down and go, what is it about me? And then I need you to take another step and go, and what is it about the other person on the other side of me, either other person or other company, that would see value in what I have to offer? So it's not about casting the net out wide, you guys. It's about casting the net out deep. So it's not about the numbers game in that way. It is about the numbers game in, yes, going out and going out there to, different organizations, different businesses. Yes, for sure, right? And get ready for, I'm always ready for the yes, because I already have the no. It's not in my pocket. So all I'm expecting is that you're going to say yes. And it's up to me to find out all the creative ways to present to them. So it's not a one-stop shop for everyone. I do believe that the one thing that people are doing they're not doing well in this space is that they're using a generic way to connect with people, right? And or to quote unquote pitch them, right? That doesn't work with anybody. You need to understand, who am I pitching? Why am I pitching? And for how much am I pitching? But the only way I'm going to understand that is by knowing the value of the other person on the other side of me, or business, or an organization, and knowing and understanding the value of me, by the way. And I'm going to leave you with this, because I know I've been talking for a minute. And I'm happy to answer questions or do anything else that you'd like. But this one part, I really want you to hear me out, because a lot of people don't talk about this when it comes to money, right? Money and contracts is one of the biggest things, you guys. We have, and let me just share with you also a tidbit for you. If you don't know what a contract looks like, if you don't know how much you should be charging for something, and I'm not saying that go by what I'm about to tell you, but there is a gauge. You need a benchmark to know what the usual and prevailing that people are receiving in the space that you're in and the location that you're in. So you can easily go into ChatGPT-4 or any of the AIs that are out there and ask, what does a brand ambassador contract look like? Dream big, throw all the things in there and say, and break down the financials for me. Can I tell you that's how I got one of my pitch decks? Of course, then I go in and I put in my own, RE stamp into everything, but I want to know, what are the people in this location? What are the brand deals that they're getting? How much money is out there? Oh, I didn't even know that. What, I can charge for these other 5 things too? People are charging for that? That's amazing, right? Get curiouser and curiouser about what is out there. You don't need to have all the answers. We have a ton of answers already out there. Ask the questions. Ask the questions. And also, do not limit yourself on anything. And I'm going to tell you right now, my sister right here next to me, she can tell you, this is how I was in her DMs. What is the budget? The first thing I asked her, what's the budget? Right? When she then shared with me that this was something that we're coming out and we're doing, and it's free for y'all here, meaning the conversation, I'm sure there are other programs that are not free, because they shouldn't be, because it's expensive to be heard too. And we can all do things, yes, for the gifting of you, but there also comes an opportunity. Oh, this is me giving it to you straight from the chaser, y'all, and it may hurt you. It probably is. I'm just going to put it out there. But you cannot ask for something that you are also not willing to pay for. You will only receive what you are willing to invest in yourself for. So if you're out here asking people, presenting to people a value proposition for themselves, that's 5, 10, 50, 15, 30,000, 40,000, 50,000, whatever it is. I don't care if it's even 1,000. But you haven't paid that yourself, you've capped yourself out. You've already done that, because if you don't believe in you that much to grow yourself, to expand yourself, why should anybody else invest in you? I told you it was going to hurt. I told you it was going to hurt. So for someone like me, I've invested over 6 figures in myself. Ari, how do you speak the way that you do? Ari, how do you get brand deals? Ari, how do you get connections? Ari, how are you getting on the stage? Ari, how did you get invited to Hollywood on the red carpet with Lisa Vanderpump, one of the most exclusive tickets that were out there? Well, I did a lot of work in me and on me. Like I said, expensive to be me, but I put the money into me, and I also put money into other people that spoke into me, right? I also worked with mentors. Mentors are great. Listen, you can get to where you want to get to just as you are. That's great. What took me maybe 6 months, a year, 2 years, may take you 20. You get to decide how quickly you want to get somewhere. It can be in 30 days or it can be in 30 years. Quite frankly, if you do it on your own, why would you do that? Because you only have the information that you have. If there are other people out there that you already see, have the receipts, let me be very clear, have the receipts for it, right? And you need to check with people. Don't just take people's word for it or because they pop on a camera. Check their receipts. And that's why it's very important for you to show your receipts. How you're showing up, where are you going, who are you partnering with, what stages are you speaking on, right? Whenever you go anywhere, by the way, oh man, there's so much to share, but let me just give you this other tidbit. I know, oh my gosh. Whenever I'm asked to speak somewhere, wherever it is, you go and they will give you their lanyard, they'll give you their marketing, you think I wear any of that? No, absolutely not. I do. You know why? when I go up there, and I do this to my sisters and brothers. Because I go and I support other people who are also, speakers. And right before they're about to go on stage, or when they're about to take pictures, I take off that lanyard, I take off that name tag. Do you know why? Because every picture that I'm about to take of her, or someone else is about to take of him, or video is going to have someone else's branding on you. Are you your own personal brand, or are you the puppet man for someone else's brand? I know I'm going to be making some people upset. You're
preaching me happy. I have to talk. My goodness, this is fire. My goodness, go ahead, please.
There's just so many things that are popping out of my head because people don't talk about this, right? And when I take off my lanyard or my name tag, people are going, oh my gosh, wait, why are you doing that? And I tell them, they go, oh, I never thought of it. I said, every opportunity is an opportunity. I'm about to hold a mic. I'm about to take a picture with people. There's about video being put. I am not, no, unless you paid me the 50 grand or $100,000, and it's promoted that I can, you know what I'm saying? Like, no. No, you don't get a take away from me because there is value to me. And I know that you understand that because you put me on the stage or you have me in the room. Let's get that clear. But that value also comes with monies attached to it. So a lot of the work, first and foremost, my sweet brothers and sisters, is that you need to do the work within you first. Because if you don't, that's where you get the imposter syndrome, right? And how you get there quicker is by partnering with people who are doing the same thing, like my sister over here. Right. So whatever it is that she's offering, clearly she's doing it well because people are all here. I see her everywhere. Listen, I don't think there's anyone, I will tell you right now, sister, there isn't anyone else on LinkedIn that has got me on because I'm the first one that's like, what is your budget? Going back to my first point that I was going to say is share that language when you're speaking with people. A lot of you are getting really stuck on these are my price points. And maybe that works for, some specific type of like graphics or creating, listen, this is not my lane. So I'm gonna sound very ignorant of this when it comes to like the marketing graphics and all of those things, right? I will pay someone for that. And so maybe there's a pay scale for that. But when it comes to you are your own, personal brand, and yes, you bring an expertise to something, understand whatever that expertise is and make sure that you've made yourself the authority in that so that your price point value reflects that, right? So you're not going to speak to me for a creative business development call for $50 or $100 or $200 or $300. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen, right? But it's because I have, again, invested in myself. I have already worked with many other brands out there. I am 100% on point with the value that I will be able to create. But if I don't believe that, there's no way I can put a value, to that, because then I'm going to ask people to go and speak about me. And whether I ask them or not, by the way, they're going to speak about you. So make sure that you place yourself as an expert in whatever area that you're in, niche all the way down, and leave the money conversation open as a conversation. Meaning, if I don't know, I'm working with a brand, I don't know how much money they have to work with, right? They want to align themselves with my personal brand. I don't know if they have 50,000. And I said, oh, I can do that for 5,000. And they're like, that's great. But I just left $25,000 on the table with my own mouth. No. You will literally always ask, y'all. And I'm going to stop talking because then I'm going to start going into masterclass stuff. And you know what? That's more expensive. But it actually is the conversation of I would be happy to work within your budget. What is that budget? And then go from there, right? But first and foremost, define who you are, define why you're doing what you're doing. Make sure that you know your own unique fingerprint. Right, what it is that you're bringing, why people should work with you. And if you, by the way, have to tell somebody that, you're not that. I'm going to tell you right now. Oh, I know that hurts somebody too. If you have to tell somebody what the uniqueness about you is, you haven't done a good job with it. And what that means is you got to get more reps in, you got to put more videos out, you have to do more talks, you have to show people who you be. I'm not going to tell you, you're already going to see it. right? In every space that I go into. So before I leave you, please remember relevancy, frequency equals currency. Define who you are, why you're doing what you're doing, and why everyone should, and not everyone, excuse me, everyone who you want to work with, right, will only want to work with you. You get to decide the world that you're creating in your personal brand. What are you deciding? Good luck out there.
My goodness. I would want us to scream. I want reactions all across this place. Let all the claps, I don't know how to say it. Let all the claps, all the, I mean, my goodness. My goodness. That's the word. I don't know what to say. Ari, thank you so much. This is so much value. I don't know how to say this. I mean, I'm literally going to go and cut the side of your conversation and I'm going to just let it simmer down. I mean, this is amazing. Thank you so much. Just when I had just literally apologized, I just told them, well, oh well, my speakers, it wasn't just you. Another person also had a challenge with showing up. Yes. So you were literally the only person who showed up as the main speaker this night. So everything you said now literally is what everybody needed to hear. I would want to say thank you so much. So please let's just have the questions. If you have any questions, yes, please, I want you guys to scream. So, yes, rewatch it on YouTube. It's going to be all across YouTube and everywhere. Please, it's on Facebook as well. So if you have parents and family members who need to see this, please share it with them, share it into their DMs, and let them meet our powerhouse. So I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. I think I know my family members. That's what we call it from this end. So go ahead and just ask your questions. I'm going to read it out to Ari right away so that we can call it a night. We're already 3 minutes past our regular closing time. So and then I wouldn't want to keep her too long here because as well, like you all know, she took out a very tight schedule. She has a lot that she's doing currently now, especially with the changes that are coming up in the social media space, especially for our clients. Please go ahead. I would want to see questions. Please, we'll just give 5 more minutes. If not, we would just so I think there might be a lag from my end. Let me see what the questions are.
Sure. Well,
Okay.
while they're thinking of a question, I'll add something else then. Also think about what other companies you could be working with, right? And so I'll just use myself as an example. If I know my story, right, you only know your story. So I want you to think about literally from birth until now, all the events of your life. Because sometimes we tend to think, oh my gosh, I just wasted 20 years of my life. I could have done so much more. No. There's never a waste of life, first and foremost. And what stories do you have in those 20 years that you can use to position yourself for another deal, brand deal, by the way, with the business or organization? So in my history, now it's not something that I put out there first and foremost, right? But in the stories that I tell, I weave in, I'm also a health advocate. I, had heart disease. I had, a brain tumor. So now, as I'm speaking right now, in my head, I'm going, oh, yeah, I can be working with physical therapists. I can be working with hospitals. I can be working with emergency rooms. I can be working with apps that work with women who had tumors or brain disease. I can work with granola bars. I can work with health people. I can work with protein powders. I can work with athletic wear because I was also in rehab, right? I mean, do you see what I'm saying? Like so many different businesses that I can be partnering with. And again, the fact that we have ChatGPT and AI, ChatGPT-4 and AI, wherever we are with ChatGPT at this point, to go in and literally say, this is a story I have. What brands could I position myself with, right? And then you'll get all these different brands. I want you to start getting curious about so many different ways that you can position yourself to financially get sponsored. So not just the one-on-one with one-on-one coaching or one-on-one client. Do you know how limited that fund is? But if you think greater and now you're positioning yourself to work with brands, which is the big thing, taking it back to TikTok right now, when people are going, oh my gosh, TikTok is gone. Yeah, you know what that also means? That these businesses and organizations that paid this money for those people to be on there, now they're looking for creators that are elsewhere. The place that I'm working with right now lives up the street from me. And because I have the the support that I have within LinkedIn right now, and the majority of them all are coming from my surrounding area, I get to pitch him his business because I'm saying I have access to, almost 4,000 people that majority of them live in this area where I can, if I utilize your name, position you in a space to go to instead of anyone else that no one else is talking about on LinkedIn. Do you see how that positions me differently? I don't need to have 50,000, 100,000 followers. You need to go deep. Don't worry about going wide. It's not about these numbers, but it's about the numbers that you have that represent value to the people that you are pitching. No, was there another question?
Amazing. I'm like, I don't know how to see what I'm experiencing right now, but my goodness is the word. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Okay, so someone asked the question, said, what do you think about having rate cards?
I think for me personally, rate cards are horrible. When you say rate cards, let me understand what you're asking. Is it exactly like what I said before? Like you actually have, this is what this costs.
Price list. Yes. I think that's what the person means.
For me, I will say I do not do price lists, right? I don't know what business you're particularly in. I have conversations. So I do not just share a price list with them because I don't know what you need. I don't know what your pain point is, because what I think your pain point is may be very different than your actual pain point. So even when it comes to when people do, sponsorships, I that's an area that I have 30 years experience in. And I would say to folks, the worst thing that I would ever do is present you with a gold tier, a platinum tier, and no, because I'm placing things in there that I think might be important to you, and that may be really grueling for me to deliver, by the way. And then they may just want one simple thing and they're willing to pay the thing. But I added 4 other things in there that they really don't care about, but it's going to take so much time and energy from me. And I just created more work for no reason because they don't care about it. So having conversations is extremely important. Being personal with people. Have 1 or 2 conversations. The first conversation that I have with people is, what is it that they are, expecting as an exchange, right? What is most important to you? What are your pain points? What keeps you up at night? That's my question. What keeps you up at night? In the whatever company they're in or their own. And then I write that down. So my first conversation with people is all about intel. I am not pitching. I am not asking for nothing. I am receiving, and creating, proper engagement between the 2 of us. After I get to come back and I go, okay, these are all the things that they talked about, right? They're having a very hard time reaching X, Y, or Z. This year, their budget is for X, Y, or Z. Oh my gosh, thank goodness I didn't pitch them because I was about to pitch them for this other thing. Like, no. Let people talk. They will tell you what they need. And by the way, sometimes also be open to knowing that you may not even have offered something that you thought they needed, but now it's something that you will offer because they told you they needed it. They actually said this to you. Okay, I was in a room the other day they asked, what I do, shared with them. And then he went, well, also, can we get you to do some confidence, training with my new startup guys? Because they're really, really smart and they've created these amazing startups, but they do not know how to converse and or share about their product. Will you work with them? Oh, absolutely. Let's have a conversation. And now all of a sudden I have an offer that didn't have that offer. They didn't need to know that. But what they did know is how I show up, the energy that I give, the presentation that I have, and they want their people to emulate the same. By the way, Ari, you're the woman for the job. May we hire you for some confidence training with our startup companies? Absolutely, you may. Let's have a conversation. But if I had a card, that's unboxing myself in and also highly leaving money on the table. So there's a long answer to your answer.
Amazing. Okay, so someone asks, can you share a prompt for ChatGPT to find out what others charge? Because some people don't want to share their price.
Oh, that is such an amazing question. I did share that just a couple of minutes ago. Do not be afraid of ChatGPT. You can't break it, by the way, you guys. You can't break it. Ask it just exactly the way you just said. I want you to take that question and throw it in ChatGPT 4 specifically to your niche. That I want you to do this. And by the way, say, and can you share with me a better way to ask this question? It will do
Amazing.
that for you.
Amazing.
It will then tell you the question to ask it. And then you're going to take that question and then you're just copy and paste it right in there. And then it'll give you exactly everything that you just asked for, but they just asked for because you told it to ask it. See what I'm saying?
Amazing.
Don't make it any more complicated than it needs to be. It's not that complicated. Be as simple as that, and then start playing with it and get more detailed. In my area, I don't know what area you're in. I don't know what your service is, but you're going to tell ChatGPT what it is and what your service is, and ask it for the the usual and prevailing standard of pay for that service that you have, and it'll tell you. And that's a great question, because people don't like to talk about pricing, but ChatGPT 4 knows it.
Okay, so someone said, even though she's an expert, or he, I don't know, he or she is an expert in their field, and they're still, okay, there's still this imposter syndrome rearing its head. Have you ever experienced that?
Oh goodness! Listen, if someone tells you that they have not experienced imposter syndrome, they're being an imposter right then and there. Like, they are lying. We all have, and you know why? Because we are all in our heads. We always have that not good enough monster chasing us, right? Like, oh no, I don't have the best, or I can't be, or I'm saying this, but can I really deliver? I don't know. Can you? That's more of the conversation to have with self. Preparation, and giving yourself reps. If you wait to go on, if I waited to go on like the main stage, where I have 1,000 people, there, or 2,000, or when, by the way, or when I was asked to speak in a room of 10,000 people, I had no idea, and I was given 5 minutes, and it was internationally simulcasted. I better be ready. Right? But even if I wasn't, which I was, but even if I wasn't, I would then still be able to have, did I stand up? Did I speak? All right, can I get better at this? Absolutely, right? You need to start getting your reps in on speaking, on delivering, on whatever it is that your product or service is. Get out there, fail forward. And that imposter syndrome will go away, because you're going to start building that confidence muscle within yourself, and understanding and knowing, oh my gosh, I do got this. Have you ever sat there and you listen to someone that has a product or service that you have, and you're going, they're awful. Oh my gosh, that is a horrible product. Or the way they're speaking, but they're selling, and they're selling well, and they're making a ton of money. And by the way, people are buying from them. Why aren't they buying from you? Oh, that's right, because you're not showing up. Someone is waiting on the other side of you for you to show up. Show up and just be you. Because wherever you're at, even if you're at 1 of 10, there's someone at 0, by the way, that can learn from you. If you're at 5, there's 1, 2, 3, and 4 that can learn from you. Show up in who you are. Know the value that you're bringing, meaning you're confident. Even if you go, oh, I'm not sure if this is good enough, that not enough monster that's following you, right, is right there. Showing up is already doing the dang thing, because you're only going to learn by failing forward. The only way you know to be better is to actually do something and go, oh, that stunk, or wow, that was a little better than I thought it was going to be. But you're just putting in the reps. That's where I talk about the relevancy and the frequency. You've got to show up. That's the only way you're going to get better, and the only way you're going to get exposure.
Amazing. You won't believe that we had even discussed some of this earlier. So it's just, I'm just super excited. I don't know how to explain this. This is super amazing. And I'll say it again, just like she had said earlier before now. Sometimes you need to pay yourself through this imposter. Sometimes she said a lot of times, when the reason why you can't even boldly offer something is because you haven't paid someone in that direction. So sometimes when you step out, I can't tell you always spend every week just because we want to show up this excellently. And I can't come here and I'm shaking after spending that much. I mean, the energy into the research, the reading. I literally don't sleep because, okay, I said my community people, the community persons have to be upskilled every week. So I literally even had to prepare, even though I knew that, okay, that is not essentially the depth of my what do they call it, my what I do right now. But then I still have to prepare because I have the social proof for that as well, just as you were saying. But a lot of people don't understand that sometimes it's the sacrifice that you do that strengthens your heart to stay away from what do they call it, imposter. So let's say you're somebody who has not even paid the price. So that's why it's different every time that someone invites you to speak on their platform and probably you're not used to speaking. And when you have to be the one to curate those events every week, right now, the way I am, I can literally go to the White House and scream because this no, I'm serious.
I
These
agree.
little victories, yes, these little victories you have by showing up every day for yourself in your post, in those videos, those are the things that strengthen your heart. So you have an opportunity to start your YouTube journey and you are still not taking it, and you're wondering why you're still scared. You can't even probably sit down and curate a post that explains what you offer. One of the things I noticed that LinkedIn offered me, because like I said, compared to other persons who are currently on this platform, LinkedIn was the first platform, what did they call it? Was the first social media platform that I paid attention to, because generally I didn't believe in social media generally based on my exposure. I'm a super spiritual person, so I just felt like it was taking away my time from Jesus and all that. So I'm so sorry. I know some people are currently on this call and they keep giving that as an excuse. Well, when you plan your time properly, you will know that you working hard is also part of making Jesus proud. So literally, I made up my mind that I was going to show up, right? And I was going to represent my brand. But then as I showed up consistently, all the sacrifice, all I still have my clips for the first event I had. I was literally trembling. My mouth was shaking. And this was just a few months ago. It's not that like I've always been the person who speaks. I don't even bother so much. Like I said, even what brought me on LinkedIn was because I failed at something in code. I was perceived. That's why I'm taking personal brand so seriously, because nobody will tell your story more than you. So
Mhm.
you can't wait for people to perceive you when you should have been telling them literally what you do. So I was perceived not to have been incompetent. I've been competent in a particular direction. So when I came here, I told myself, I'm going around the world and it's going to start from LinkedIn. And I've seen, I mean, I've had physical meetings where I had to teach on, for me, I'm very big on community building, earning, you name it, anything that would keep you, literally, when I saw Powerhouse, I knew that we shared something in common. I mean, my community, they call me Dr. Ginger, some call me Dr. Money, literally, because of the energy I exude. And I believe that literally, you can't tell that this is who you are except you start stepping out in that direction. It will start from paying for that course. Sometimes your heart will, some people have not even paid for a course, but they want to charge times 10. Why won't you have imposter?
Right. No.
Impo- Imposter will bury you. Literally, this is what how we say it from my own end. I mean, it will bury you and wrap around you because you are trying to leap into what's the word? An atmosphere or a bandwidth that is not normal for you. It's gonna come at you. But then every single time you make those sacrifices, you're giving your way out of that place. So wherever you are, please go ahead and start making those sacrifices today, because there's no guarantee. You can't pick yourself out of it. You have to work yourself, show up away from it. Thank you so much. Thank you
And to
so
come
much.
along somebody, right, and to do it, and to come along the right people to do it. There are a lot of folks out there, y'all, that are definitely scammers. I'm going to tell you right now, that do not have value, that do not have the receipts. They talk a lot, right? So I'm pretty new to LinkedIn, y'all. I literally probably have shown up in the last 8 months, here, but I came out with a bang, right? So it took me 2 to 3 months. Everyone's like, you need to come, you need to come. I was like, oh my gosh, another platform, I'm fine. And then I said, oh my gosh, look at these audio events. Oh my goodness. Oh yeah, no, I'm here. I'm showing up. I'm being all of me, and look at what I've created, right? However, I also am strategic about who I partner up with, and I want to see your receipts, right? It's not just about, talking. I'm the first one to actually ask people, how much have you made? Like I literally will say when someone asks me, right, if you're asking me for $30,000 or if you're asking me for 15,000, or how much have you made doing this? And can I see the results of people that you've actually worked with and what have they made? Like I want to follow the money before I give you my money, because I will give it. I absolutely believe in it. I am who I am today because of the investment that I've made within me personally and psychologically, financially. spiritually, all the things. Every one of them needs an investment in me. And it's all about me in that way so that I then can show up for others, right? But I couldn't do that by myself with me because I had the same me already for how many years? Do I want to have the same results for all the years? Or would I like different results in my life? Well, it's going to mean that I need to do different things in my life, right? And do it scared. Do it scared and do it now. And Lee, for me, now is no opportunity wasted. NOW. No opportunity wasted.
My goodness. Oh geez. Oh my goodness. Ari, we have to talk. That's all I
Okay.
can say. We have to talk. Amazing. So let me look through the comments and see what everybody's saying so far. So I think we've I think they can actually take these videos and cash out in the bank because everybody who just stumbles on this video today will literally have a life transformed. I literally see it. Thank you so much, Ari. And the fact that I know that you're a person of faith, I don't know, changes everything for me times a million. And I'm super honored. Thank you. Thank you so much for
Thank
coming.
you, thank you,
Thank
thank you. And yeah, I
thank you.
100% believe with faith, focus, action, and commitment, anything and everything is possible. Come with me.
Amazing.
Thanks.
Amazing. That's awesome. So do you have any, you were saying something about your masterclass. Do you have anything you're offering, anything you'd want anybody who is here, if at all, if let's say they don't have the budget yet, they can plan towards that or anything, but do you have any masterclass you want to offer here?
Yeah, so what I'm going to say, and actually I should have said this also before, is to make sure that you also have platforms where you can take other people off from the platform that you're on. We just saw that with TikTok. People are losing their minds right now because they do not have another plan, right? They didn't get emails, they didn't get phone numbers, they're not doing text messages, they're not doing anything else outside of, TikTok. So I do have a community that I'm taking outside, from here that I will start to give. I'm going to do some you're not going to have to pay financially for some of the courses that I'll give. It's my way of giving back. You will need to pay with your attention and your engagement. So don't get it twisted. I'm not the only one giving, right? How I show up here is how I show up everywhere. So yes, if you would like to be part of that community, you can go ahead and DM me here. That'll be the easiest thing, right? Send me, your information, your email, and I will place you into that community. So we're part of Kajabi, and Kajabi is where I host my community out there. I'm also on Instagram. I'm very active out there too, and here on LinkedIn.
Amazing. Amazing.
And I'm writing my book right now, so when I have it, I'll come back on. But I'm in the middle of writing my book right now.
You're welcome. I said we're here every Sunday, 5 p.m. GMT plus one. Anytime you want to come here, this is me, right? Giving you a free ticket. Yes. You can always come anytime you want to. I mean, I'm sure everybody would want to have you here. So if you're currently on this live, just say, bring back Ari. I want BBAs all across. That's a way of her knowing that we are actually super excited to have her. And I really got value tonight. Thank you so much. So I want to see the BBAs before we thank everyone who is currently on the live. And I'd want to say thank you so much. Apparently, I think the live events, they don't close us off pretty early. If we were on audio events, we probably would have been locked out by now. So I think maybe that's the advantage of the third party. They usually will send us off every week. Phoenix Gate, most times our events, people will drag us on all directions. Well, the good thing is the good thing is actually that this time around, what we do is audio, and then we don't have other people coming up to ask some questions in all directions and then taking us in every direction. So it's a bit streamlined. Of course, people can still come in, but we're super late. I'm hoping that for next week's event, I can drop the keys to the backstage on the comment section. So if you're here, just know that there'll be a time at the event where I will drop it in so that you can come up. And then, like I said, it's also about visibility. Our last week's event, we had about the last time I checked, I think 1,800 persons view it. So I know that there are so much opportunities, yes, for us, at least on LinkedIn, and that is LinkedIn view. The reach on LinkedIn is different from other platforms. And so that's why I'm super excited, because I know that people are going to find help here. And for me, that's what I'm primarily passionate about. I just want to let people know that these things are not hard. Being authentic just simply means paying attention to the strengths you have. And you can't be in this world, even a teenager, right? Let's say, because that's the minimum age for anyone to shop on social media. So if you're currently on this call and you're barely in your teens or you're Gen Z, you can't, I mean, 18 years, 20 years is a lot to say that At least to decide that you actually got one training, one thing, even if you can make noise, let's say you can speak, that's already a skill you can offer. So no one is without an offering. So that's essentially what we had to communicate tonight. And like I said, the Phoenix Gates Masterclass is starting. We closed our class today. Today was our official closing for the last session. And please go ahead and send me a DM. I'll still I'll leave a thank you post tonight, and everything, every detail everybody will need to get on the post as well. And like I said, I would, now that I listened to Ari, I had already thrown, because the reason why I can't actually even just shut those links right now is because some of you already have those links in your DMs, and I'm already regretting right now. I'm supposed to be saying, how much do you want to pay? Because sincerely, you didn't. The first lady who shared at the beginning of this event told me that she made 2,000 times the amount she paid me. So I started feeling silly. So this is exactly what you were talking about when you were saying that I should have just said, how much is your budget? Rather
What's your
than
budget?
and giving a rate card. So
Good. I'm so excited.
yeah, so I think we need to work closely as well. Like I said, I even mentioned it before you came in. That for me, I had made up my mind that this year I'm literally going to separate myself as well. In as much as I am pushing my own community, I need to stay curious, right? So that they can see someone that would inspire them consistently. And that's exactly what I'm going to do now. In fact, we will talk more often. I know this is super late from your end and mine as well. I don't know, how late is it for your end? Is
No,
it
it's
more?
actually no. I'm 1:30 in the afternoon.
Oh, amazing, 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 amazing. That's serious. Okay, that's awesome. So this is essentially very late for me, but then it's awesome as well. I am so grateful to have you on board. We'll just keep talking, and then I'll reach out to my community people as well, as many that will join in. What you do, just send me the links of everything you want. I'll share with my community so that as many that will join you at Kajabi, let's just know what's going on. For me, I literally open gates. I believe that's where the name came from, Phoenix Gates, because I believe that no gatekeeping, and this is a gate where people literally will lighting up, like turn to fire, everything. So for those people who see our introductory messages, that's exactly what it meant, from our logos, every little thing. And I believe that people's life has literally transformed tonight, and I'm going to sleep smiling as always. Thank you so much for coming on board. I
You're
celebrate.
very, very, very welcome. Right
Thank
now, what you will see me is I'm going to be going into my little cubby hole for a little bit, and that's because you just heard me say that I'm actually going to be writing my book this time. I've been saying that for quite some time. Everywhere I go, they keep asking me for it, and I've been so busy doing other things. But truly, let me tell you guys right now, if anyone here is about a personal brand because of a personal journey they've been on, it is extremely important to write your book. I will tell you, I have had many news stations that have come to me and said, great, we will have you on as soon as you have your book. Oh, every time it gets me, because I put that kind of on the back burner. So I'm saying that to say, you all, right now, you're not going to see a lot of offers from me in any kind of way, because I absolutely need to be writing my book. I am being very careful about the time where I'm spending it, right? And how I'm spending it, and what is the return on that investment. We are all here, right, to make money and to impact lives, quite frankly, right? And so for me, the impacting of lives is going to come from the telling of my story, how I got there, right? So from wheelchair to dance floor in 21 days, all the personal branding and the creative business development, all of this has come as a plus because of who I am, right? But the one thing for me is being able to impact lives, having them get the best results of their life is what I do. I speak on personal development and the mindset. I do one-on-one C-suite level coaching and the executive level. And again, it is all about impacting lives, getting better results in your life. If you are not living the life that you want to live, why are you not living it? You get to decide. Think about what you're thinking about, because it absolutely matters. And so for me, it is impacting of lives with faith, focus, action, and commitment. So even though I'm sitting here talking about personal branding, the bigger picture, my why, as for my personal branding, this is why I can get over an imposter syndrome, right? Is that it is to impact lives, to change lives so that you can get better results in your life, come what may, no matter what. So, with all that being said, if you do find a space that you want me in, if there's anyone here that works with companies that would like to bring me to their company and or speak at a conference or with their team, go ahead and send me a DM and we will have a conversation. But Ari Madrano is the name, and you can find me on all your local platforms.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Ari. Thank you so much, Ari. We really, really, really appreciate you. Thank you so much. I'm short of words right now. Thank you.
Thank
So
you
I
very,
would
very
like to see a lot of reactions for those who are still on board. Just go ahead and react. Let her see you. So you see, a lot of people were asking after you. So I've actually posted it here for those who are asking. I think Natalie was able to articulate that so beautifully. This is her full name. But then, okay, so Ari Powerhouse, you see that that's super clear when you search that as well. You're going to see that. Okay, somebody said thank you so much. Said, oh, awesome. Oh, Natalie, we are celebrating with you as well. Thank you so much. Amazing. Somebody said thank you so much. Awesome.
Oh, that
Awesome.
sounds great. I just saw the TEDx
Awesome.
invitation.
Yes,
Yes.
amazing. Yes, super amazing. Lovely. Okay, so it's almost like we shouldn't go, but it's time to go and get. So, any
Get some
last
rest.
words for you said?
I said you need to get some rest to go to sleep.
I
Yeah,
really do.
that would be good.
So, but any last words, anything you'd want to leave everyone else with so that we can just count down and then leave the studio?
Yeah, remember who you are. Remember who you are. And for me, it's whose you are. And that will never lead you astray. Know your value, command your value, give value. And again, with faith, focus, action, and commitment, anything and everything is possible, especially with your personal brand, because you are in charge of you. What are you deciding about you? You get to decide. Yes, yes.
Amazing. You are in charge of you. Amazing. That's super lovely. Thank you so much. I don't know. Omalade, are you still in the studio? If you can hear me and your camera ready, you could just let me know so I can bring you up and then you just say something and we'll close for the night. Omolade, if you're still on the live, I probably just give you a minute. Let me assume you're still on. It's super late from our end, so I don't know if she is still able to meet up. So let me spotlight all the persons who have conversed. Yes. Oh my goodness, Natalie, that is huge.
That is amazing.
Yeah, that is
Yes.
huge.
And yes.
Oh, amazing. Okay, so Isaac said he would connect with you. Amazing. Oh yes, someone said remember who you are. Beautiful. Okay, someone said oh, lovely. Thank you so much. Someone said, well done. Thank you,
Gracias.
everyone, for staying super late. We're like 30 minutes past our time, but you stayed in. That's a lot. That means you really got value and we're super excited. So, Omaladi, I'm going to be bringing you up to just say um, good night to everyone else, and then we'll be leaving. So, any closing words?
All right, I'll just say that everybody has a unique story, and that's what makes your brand your personal brand. So don't stop telling your stories, don't stop being authentic, and keep showing up. Thank you so much. And if anyone is interested in tech skills, learning tech skills in 2025, your tech guide, that's my community. We are having some free trainings coming up next month, but then it's going to be the basics of all the tech tracks. So if you have any field you have in mind, we're starting out with that. And then for those that will send me a DM, like the first 10 people to send me a DM, we're going to shortlist them for the more intensive training, and there will be a 50% discount because that one will cover everything and you get to experience hands-on training with real life projects. So you can just send me a DM now. The first 10 people, the offer lasts like in the next 1 hour. I'm closing that offer because that's a lot actually. So thank you everyone. Thank you, Dr. Vivian, again for the opportunity and platform. And thank you, Ari. I learned a lot from your session. Thank you so much. And thank you everyone for staying back this time. All right, bye everyone.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Omaladi, for that excellent take right there. And like I said, our offers for the Phoenix Gates group ends by 12 in the midnight, because I'm hoping that I would have responded to as many. And then we are revisiting everything. I have a conversation with Ari tonight. No, not tonight. Let me not stretch you. What I would do is I will find a way tomorrow. Probably just send me your calendar so that we can jump on a call, and then I see how I can work with you closely. Because truly, most of these large cohorts, they can be super exhausting, and it's good to actually know what everyone is doing so that you're not exerting so much energy and in the wrong direction, or something that is not worth your time and all that. I mean, like I said, for me, the vision is actually to ensure that people are doing well. But then if you are getting burnt out because you cannot churn out your own offers as well, or do something extra that makes you shine in another place, you might just be taking up your time and you might not be showing much with it. So I totally got everything you said. That you were really, it was shots fired, but then I take it in as a noble soldier. Thank you so much. Okay, so I'm gonna be ending the live in the count of four, right? And then it's usually would there's an outro, so the whole vision of Phoenix Gate can play out. But then I'm gonna see you in your DM if you are free, and then any other person who want to start out the journey for our bootcamp. Like I said, we're revisiting everything. In fact, my ears have opened. So those lucky people who will be sending me a DM this night and paying this night are actually going to come in at a flat rate. But then after now, we're moving. Somebody said I love this. Oh, lovely. Oh, somebody said good morning, good afternoon, good evening to you all. Thank you so much, Natalie. You made today so much fun. Thank you, Latifa, for staying to the end. Thank you, Isaac, as well. You're doing amazing. Latifa, how are you doing now? Thank you so much for coming in. She's the one who I told you made 2,000 times what I charged her for the program. Yes, so she's the one. Yes. So amazing. Thank you so much, everyone. So we're going to be ending in 4, 3, 2.
Legend tells of the phoenix, a mythical bird that rises from its ashes, embodying renewal, strength, and transformation. This year, the Phoenix Gate Group has channeled its spirit to inspire, connect, and empower professionals worldwide. Under the visionary leadership of Dr. Vivian Magnus, founder and lead coach, we have soared to new heights. Let's take a moment to celebrate the achievements, milestones, and impact of this past 4 months. In just 4 months, Phoenix Gate has strengthened its professional network of nearly 1,000 members. Together, we have reached over 30,000 professionals in the US, UK, Ghana, Nigeria, Uganda, and Kenya. From LinkedIn sessions that drew nearly 1,000 attendees weekly to live events attended by 16,000 individuals, our reach and influence have been extraordinary. The hard work and dedication of the Phoenix Gate team have not gone unnoticed. This year, our community was honored with a prestigious Social Impact Award of the Year and recognized as the most impactful community of the year. These accolades reflect our unwavering commitment to driving positive change across global communities. Beyond career development, Phoenix Gate has made significant strides in public health. Collaborating with international and non-governmental organizations, we have led impactful medical campaigns and health education programs. The expertise of Dr. Magnus as a public health expert and Scrum Master has been instrumental in these successes. Are you struggling with your online visibility? Have you ever imagined that you could be a commanding influence and established as a thought leader in your industry? Are you focused or under pressure about an uncertain career future? How about landing your dream job opportunities? At Phoenix Gate, we have reached over 30,000 professionals and business leaders all over the world, breeding top leadership, global visibility, and excellence. We support, train, and set you on our platform to shine while showcasing your expertise to the world. As we reflect on this incredible journey, we are filled with gratitude of our members, partners, and supporters who have made this achievement possible. Phoenix Gate Group is not just a network, it's a thriving community committed to growth, impact, and excellence. Here's to even a brighter future. We rise together.